stream here. Just make sure everything's running smoothly. It looks so far like it is. Not really losing too much on any of this stuff. It says it's live. Everything's looking pretty good right now today. Hopefully it stays that
there
way.
is shared
We're gonna try
ownership
to
as a
play
result.
this.
If not, you would never ever
Listen
see
to
people
this,
getting releases when they do things like getting in a movie. Like it hasn't been
bullshit.
tried in court for streamers and things like that, but it's
Money
probably
hungry
absolutely the case that you
streamers
should,
are gonna
if
go
you're on the
ahead
Raj
and
Royale,
check
or
that.
not Raj, but Austin should be getting a
And
fucking
we are
waiver from you. And
going
if he
for,
doesn't, I bet he is
hold
at
on.
risk, you know, legally.
Let me pause that real quick. We are going for 1,000 KC vorkath. And just pop this up real quick. KC vorkath. 965. So we do not need that many more to hit our 1K goal. We might go a bit over. I don't know yet. We're just gonna listen to this BS, this streamer BS, and listen to these multimillionaires crying like little bitches over a couple dollars. So should be fun.
That he hasn't done that, and that he probably doesn't have full ownership over that content. If it went down to court in the end, there would probably be some sort of agreement where a portion of the revenue would be derived to this guest and this guest and this guest and everything else. I think that's pretty likely.
I agree that it's hazy and it could be fought in court, but I still think he has every right to DMCA it. Are you saying that, like, you no longer own the copyright on anything that another person is involved in? Like, for instance, let's say I upload, like, some crazy DayZ scene or whatever. Like, did I need to get a release from the guy that I killed who was shit-talking on my mic to click funny for me to publish the content? Does he hackers own the rights to the movie?
Destiny is right. It is actually a legal precedent that just because there are other subjects in a piece of media that you created, that doesn't mean they own any share of the copyright. Photographers have fought over this before. I used to work as a photographer, that's why I know this. You can take photos of people in public, sell those photos as long as they're not used commercially, so say like in a note, Botox commercial or cell phone commercial.
I don't see why it would be
it's
so
fine.
choppy.
There's
you mean so as long as they don't monetize it, is what you're saying?
No. As long as it's not used in a commercial setting, so say to
stuff.
sell a product. So there was a woman whose Facebook photo was used in a Virgin cell phone ad at a subway stop. That was illegal. But if I were to take a photo of that same person and say monetize it in some way,
check here,
where I run ads on a video that includes her, then that's
everything
fine.
seems to be running fine. Nothing really seems to be
I think you're wrong
here.
completely.
Although I guess
I'm not a lawyer.
Damn.
But I mean, can you take a photo of someone and have the copyright of that? Yes. Can you go and make a business and have a sponsored stream and have ads showing and things like that? No. You can't set up a Twitch stream 24/7 of that stuff. I would be skeptical of that being the case. But I don't think either of us have the legal skills to be like, oh, well, I can point to this case and that and that. I'm just going off my gut. So I understand what you're saying. There was even there was a famous case where a guy had a photo that a monkey took, and he was trying to make money off of it. And then I'm sure you're familiar with this. And then the monkey won, or whoever had custody of the monkey won, right?
He supported the monkey. It was kind of weird, but
so yeah, that's like a kind of thing in this case.
Yeah,
but
the thing, like the distinction I made.
Yeah, I don't care about the monkey, to be honest. I care about these damn frames, bro. Holy shit. Oh my god, dude. I might not be able to do both. I would like to listen to that, though. I guess I could get the audio and not the video. Wow. That was rough. That's rough, man. Hold on. The hell is anime? What is this? Yo, we could definitely watch this in like 144p. You can't even make out what the fuck it is, dude. Holy shit. I mean, but I just need to hear them for some of the reactions on this shit. But I mean, I guess realistic. Let's just
Making
see
here is
how bad the
the
lag is with it
actual
turned down to
piece of media that you created involving another subject.
Yeah, that's not
isn't
bad at all.
itself an advertisement. Just because you're running ads, using that
It's because it was on 1080p.
that doesn't mean
dude.
it is the advertisement.
I can definitely do
so
vorkath
right now
like that.
we're both in a call. Let's say we're both
maybe
on
we
video.
could turn it up a little bit more.
So what you're saying is you feel like you could go and monetize it and have the copyright over that conversation.
Well, if I was the one recording it.
Yeah, so what about if I was also recording it?
Doesn't seem bad either.
Well, then you're recording.
Maybe it's just the 1080p. That looks pretty clean, to be honest. Let me open up my.
Okay, but what about if they're bit for bit the same?
Okay,
which they could be.
There's like nothing in between those two.
It wouldn't matter.
Honest. I don't.
Because
really? So you're saying that two people can have the same copyright over the exact same piece of data? Exactly.
So,
well, you're just that's not true.
Again, no. Again,
so hopefully this will run nice.
We can use like the photography example. If you take a photo with somebody else's camera, that is still your photo. You're the one who took it. So if I set up a photograph of, I don't know, something, say like New York skyline or some shit.
Everything seems to be running
I took a photo,
at the moment.
and then somebody else came up, pressed the button, and took the photo. They would own that photo, even though it's exactly bit for bit the same. It doesn't matter. It's the action of you being the one making the recording that matters. It doesn't matter if it's identical to some other piece of media.
This is
so like a live stream.
Okay, well, I mean, as I've said before,
and by the way, you are going to get, like, especially on a live stream where...
Let's just go ahead and make this full screen as well, so I don't actually...
You do have, like, compression artifacting and stuff. There is going to be technical differences in each live stream.
Drink a little coffee.
They might be not, like, apparent, but there are going to be technical differences.
I'm just not ready for this grind, dude.
Steve, shut the fuck up. Okay, you're actually fucking retarded. I'm trying to have like a fucking 900 IQ shit coming in here, and you're like, well, actually, the pixels are different. Bro, that's not what I'm talking about. The pixels don't fucking matter if you're broadcasting Star Wars. I'm using Star Wars as
Star Wars.
Yeah, stop using Star Wars.
Is a
Star Wars
copyrighted
is a completely different
and trademark
work.
Do you think
we're
that when you go getting getting
a
copyright on a piece of content, do you think that significantly strengthens your stuff? Whereas if you don't have that, you don't own it. Meaning, if I go do a
no. Okay, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. Just because, okay, I'm not saying that if you watch Star Wars and film it on your camera, because you filmed it on your camera, you own the copyright.
Yeah.
The intellectual property is owned by somebody, and you're reproducing that intellectual property.
Yeah.
Why do game shows get releases from people?
Which is different.
What do you mean?
I can't be any more clear than what I just said. I don't know if it's actually possible to be more clear, but I'll try. When you go onto a television game show, like for instance Jeopardy or something else, you go onto that show and they say, "Hey Dan, that'd be great to have you on that show. We love it. Can you go and sign these docs saying that we can use your likeness and that you can come on here and you're not going to have a copyright claim?"
TV deal, right?
Would that work?
It's different.
It's different than being
understanding.
Like
I give up. And like
you mean like Jeopardy,
being on Discord and like recording it on your computer.
You're trolling me, right?
Like what about like a Star Wars TV show?
Nah, I'm not playing this. I'm actually trying to have real conversations over here, and you guys are 14 IQ between the two of you. No.
Well, I'm just trying to ask you a clarifying question because I don't understand what you're saying. I just want to understand like the context.
I think what Dan is trying to ask is like why?
No, I don't need the fucking soy voice explainer. There's no what am I trying to say.
No, I'm just saying why do people sign releases at all when they go on shows? That's what Dan is trying to ask. If it doesn't matter anyway.
Oh, okay. So like any type of show. So like it could be a certain type of Twitch stream, or it could be Jeopardy, something like that.
We're gonna die. Oh god.
Yeah.
Sure.
And what type of release?
Bro, are you capping right now? I feel like you're not being for real.
There are different types of releases. Like what type of release are you talking
about? Well, I mean, probably the one that we would be talking about here would be a release not having a claim over any of the content on the show, waiving your rights to have any ownership of the content, that type of thing.
Okay, it's probably just to be safe and cover their legal bases if it has anything to do with copyright. But
why?
usually
Why do you have to?
Usually when you sign a media release, it's my understanding,
I don't think
you
it's
have
about
things
copyright.
like
Maybe I'm wrong.
embargoes where you can't talk about what you did. That's usually releases if you're going to go on, say, like a game show that isn't going to be like uploaded right away.
Oh, I choked on coffee.
And on top of that, there's other things too, like you can't sue for some form of defamation if you don't like what happens on the show. Crap like that.
Okay.
Like, isn't a release where you're trying to like release them from liability? Isn't that why it's a release?
Yeah, like I don't know what type of release he's talking about specifically. I've never heard of a copyright release if somebody's going to go on a game show.
Well, I think he's just trying to use an example because he doesn't.
I'm not doing this troll shit from you two fucking retards. Like it's on a.
Well,
I don't know. It's on me. It's on me because I come in here and I expect to have real conversations, and then I get this fucking
well, I worked as a photographer for a while, and I've had to.
Who asked? Honestly, who asked? I don't care. Okay, why? What is?
Well, because he's using like his personal experience.
Well, I have some experience with this type of.
Yeah, it's like a directly related thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I worked as a photographer,
Why are you so mad, bro?
did have, like I did make photo sets for country music singers, like clothing models, stuff like that. And usually when you sign releases, it's mostly
really
in
toxic.
Regards to
like he's trolling, to be
talking about what the media is. Or something in regards to first publication rights.
Really probably
so I may own some amount of rights to the photo where, say, I can display it on my website as an example of my previous work, but I can't publish it right away. It has to be like a year later. But like I've never heard of a media release where if somebody goes on a game show or something, they have to sign and say, I don't own any amount of this work. I've literally never heard of that in my life.
Yeah, can you give like what's like an example of that? Dan?
Like if I were to take a photo of people on the street, do I have to make them all sign a media release? No, I own that. So if the studio is filming people on a game show, they're the ones that own that. They don't have to make people on there sign a media release. Like there isn't any kind of assumption that the people who are a subject in whatever media is being created have any ownership over that media. It's only if they're signing some sort of contract where they own some amount of rights because they're a producer, or if they're going to get a certain amount of net revenue or gross revenue.
Why not just Google it?
What about? I want you to imagine a situation. Imagine you're on a beach. And there's a camera, and that camera is taking a photo of a lobster. And on the shutter button, there are two other lobsters, and they both press the shutter button at the same time.
You already gave the monkey example.
Yeah, I know, but who would own the copyright in this place? Because there's two lobsters.
Know, who cares?
Well, I mean, I need to know. There's two lobsters pressing the shutter button at the same time, and one person owns copyright, right?
I guess 50%. Like they own 50%.
Wrong. Lobsters don't have a brain and can't be assigned copyright. Boom, done it.
The assumption would be if they're sentient.
That was a trick question. So you admit they're not sentient. Got it.
No, I didn't admit that. Yeah, I know what video you're referring to. I've changed my stance slightly.
Wow, but you feel like a real asshole now, Dan. Okay, wait, I'm sorry. Let's back up a lot, okay?
What is going on?
Let's make it personal, Dan.
I don't think I want to do that.
Well, I've got a lot of, I mean, it can be you or any orbiter, but like I've got a lot of videos of obviously like you and me talking, or you and another orbiter talking, or whatever. Even though that other person might be like the star of my content, technically because it's my broadcast, I still own the copyright to that. Right? Like there's no way they could ever say like, oh cool, hey, like I took that that stream that you did that I was chatting with, I liked it a lot. I took that and I published it on my YouTube, or like I sold that to somebody else and they gave me a lot of money for it. Like I don't think you could do that, right?
Could you do that? I would assume not.
I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm going to keep coming back to this example.
What the person's
yeah, sure.
permission?
If you want to say, if you want to say
the
like
act
it's
of you
hard
recording something. No, I was just going to say like the act of you recording something and broadcasting it, I don't think makes that enough of a derivative solo product where you can say this is now mine. Well, I could say wait, no, I'm DMCAing that because that has my content in it. I don't know, like, this hasn't been tried in court enough. My view on it would be the same as
I feel like you could almost,
if I came in here and played the new,
like producing
whatever,
it,
fucking
publishing
Kanye,
it, and stuff like
you know,
that,
or whatever.
right?
I think
It doesn't
what you-
matter.
I
Like,
think-
if I play that,
yeah,
you don't get to say this is
it?
mine, right?
Yeah, but that's different.
What?
That's somebody else's
Why?
thing. I think I
You're
understand what you're saying.
reproducing
Maybe I'm
something
not
that already
understanding.
has a license. I think I understand.
Wait, no, wait, hold on. I know what he's getting
miscommunication.
at. I know what he's getting at. What Dan is getting at is he's trying to argue. I'm so sorry. I wasn't even memeing. I'm sorry.
I
Dan,
think
no, wait, I really do
confusion-
understand. No,
Sure.
hold on, I'm sorry, I really do understand. Dan is trying to argue that when you do the video and somebody else sees it, that video, that you're doing a performance essentially. And what Dan is saying is that, like a Star Wars movie, right? My video that I'm broadcasting to you, that's a performance. It's a performance that I do on my stream that I have the copyright of, and it's a performance that I kind of share with you that you can, you know, view basically. But if you're going to make like a derivative work or something based off of my performance that I'm displaying to you, then it's not right that you could DMCA me for also wanting to show my performance somewhere else. Is essentially, I think, the argument he's trying to make. I think that the complicated matter is to try to figure out like, well, what is a performance, you know? So like, for instance, you know how we said that if you capture people in the background of a photo, or if you're taking a video outside, people in the background probably can't sue you, I don't think, if they show up in the video. However, if you took a video of somebody and in the background there was like a whole Broadway play going on, they probably could sue you, I imagine, because it's like their whole performance is now like part of the video, and that's what they would fight over, I think.
Yeah. I can kind of see that.
We can stop it, but can't do it without you.
Well, I am totally gonna get DMCA strike because of this commercial. There's not much I can do.
Well, if you're an
because I'm in the middle
entertainer,
of fighting
part of what you
vorkath.
do is a performance.
Oh, God,
I mean,
okay.
if you're a singer, what you sing
Oh, God.
is the same case. I mean, to simplify, what about when
Pretty easily.
Okay, cool.
All right, that
when
wasn't too
Lycan
bad.
was on and singing a song, would that
unfortunately
change
did not
things?
have
Because
enough.
Lycan's come on before and he's played the guitar and done something. What changes then?
I
Or
feel like
nothing?
for that, I feel like he could, Lycan
Supply
could
us to
argue
do
that, well,
one
look, this
more,
is
but we
actually,
got
I
4
own this
kills out of
performance.
it.
This
Not
is
a
my
huge
performance.
deal.
It's not just a thing
No.
on Destiny stream. What?
No. So, two problems here. You don't own a license to your likeness. So, when, you know, so-and-so, Hassan, goes on Aiden Ross's stream, he
So we're gonna
doesn't
go
own a
back
license to
and
his likeness.
reset.
That's why if you take
Sure.
a photo in public, people can't tell you to sign a release, this and that.
True, but
So
we're
no,
not
it
talking
would
about
still-
likeness here. We're talking about a unique performance, though, right?
Well, no, you don't own a license to what you say either. If you have a certain opinion on Russia, Ukraine, and there was a debate going on, you don't own a license to your opinion on Russia, Ukraine. You may own a license to whatever music you produce, and say if somebody comes on somebody else's stream, plays some sort of song, they maybe could argue that, hey, I own part of the stream or all of it because you used licensed
Well,
content.
you
in that
just own the
stream.
audio to it, right?
You
So
could maybe
technically,
argue in court some
you
other
could just-
details because
so
why
the
would you
dude-
play
you
licensed
could, you would
music
just
that
force them
you
to
want
like change
to keep
the
licensed
audio,
and
right? Like,
monetized
you
on
just
somebody
be-
else's
you would
stream
just have
without
them
Yeah, and I
any
think
kind of
that's
agreement,
that's what Dan's essentially arguing. Is he's
kinda
saying that like, what if
remove that.
Lycan comes on and plays like one of his songs?
Yeah,
do I
so that's a
automatically get
different,
ownership
that's a
of
different
it?
case.
right?
But if
Like,
we're
you could
talking
just
about Hassan
change the
going on
audio.
Aiden Ross's stream,
That's a little bit
he can
different.
argue with Aiden Ross on Nazism, Russia, Ukraine, or something, but he doesn't own a license to those opinions, and he doesn't own a
Not the
license to his
opinions, but the
likeness. So
video
Aiden-
camera footage. That's what Dan is essentially asking.
No, well, no, that is something that would give Hassan.
He came on someone else's
you
show,
know,
right? And then
a
the dude's
reasonable
like
claim
bitching that
to
like
copyright. But
that,
he
like,
doesn't. If Aiden
he
Ross was the
owns
only
it,
one
right? For
recording,
coming on somebody
he's
else's.
taking Aiden Ross's recording. Hassan doesn't own a license to his own likeness or his political opinions. So
Yeah,
that is
I don't
Aiden Ross's
understand.
stream. He owns the copyright to
Yeah,
it.
he-
And if
it's
Hassan
his stream, so
re-uploads
he's
it
the
without
one,
adding
like,
any kind of
recording,
additional
producing,
commentary
and all
or
this shit
changing
on
it
it,
some
right?
way that would be transformative
Regardless if he's
to
commenting
make
on
it
like,
reasonably
technically,
considered a different type of content,
it's still like,
then he can't
it's
argue fair
it has
use,
nothing to do
and
with him.
he's
He
just
came on
violating
somebody
copyright.
else's fucking show. You can't sue somebody for coming onto their show
damn.
and like.
You're
like,
just so confidently speaking when you're just wrong. I don't,
Wow.
you know,
Well,
like,
explain why I'm
copyright,
wrong,
right?
like, yeah, I'm
People are-
confident
people are-
because I'm pretty
people-
That
sure I'm right.
explanation made
Well, you're wrong.
complete sense. I don't understand.
do we have any
What am I
lawyers in
wrong
chat we
about?
can bring on?
What am I wrong
Um,
about? Like, by the way, I did photography for a good 5 years before I started doing YouTube. Like, I've been through some of this crap.
I don't know. When you say that, it almost makes. Oh, there we go. We got Pisco. Pisco can handle it.
What up? How you doing?
Good. Wait, are you on my side? Are you on my side? Do you not know?
Wait,
Yet?
side,
okay, Pisco.
You've been shut the fuck up. You've been paying attention.
Wow.
Don't
Pisco,
play into his
question.
games. He knows exactly what's
Pisco.
going on.
Let me just ask this question. Here's a question. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Let's say I show up on
didn't
somebody's
go through.
stream.
What the hell?
Okay. They invite me into a
didn't
Discord
click
call
my
with 4 or
antivirus.
5 other figures. Okay. One of them's really famous.
Yeah.
Andrew Tate, sir. I'm gonna go
That's not
debate Andrew
good.
Tate. So I'm on his stream. He's broadcasting everything. He's capturing
blow
the
through a ton of
Discord,
food, man.
and then he uploads that stream later onto YouTube. It's his Twitch stream or whatever. Let's say that I go to my YouTube channel. I'm like, oh shit, I had a sick debate with Andrew Tate on Aiden Ross's stream. I'm gonna take the part where I was on stream and I'm gonna upload that section of his stream. I'm just gonna rip that verbatim, no transformation, whatever. I'm gonna put it on my YouTube channel since I was part of that stream, and because it's like my performance in the webcam. Do you think I can claim? And then let's say that person says, well, hold on, you just ripped part of my stream. I'm gonna DMCA you. What's the status?
Yeah.
Who owns copyright of that? Yeah, go for it.
So first of all, this is not legal advice, whatever. I think Dan is absolutely correct when he says that a lot of this has not been. This is uncharted territory.
Of course.
A lot of
Fucking
this-
right. The answer is we don't know, and anyone
And
who's
we do
confident that
know.
knows is
No,
fucking
we do
retarded.
know.
No.
Okay, can you
God,
prove
you're
me?
so-
Can
you're
you
so
no,
smart.
like you can easily prove this. Okay, you can easily prove me wrong. Show me a case where somebody was able to prove that they have a license to their own likeness or their own political opinions.
You're not understanding
all you have to
the
do.
problem. So it's an issue of copyright, and so I would agree with you that you don't
Yes.
have a
Yeah.
Copyright is a license. Show me
copy.
anybody who has a copyrighted license to their own likeness or political opinions.
A copyright is like
That's what
like
Hassan would have to prove in order to claim that he has a right to ownership of that stream.
No one is arguing that likeness is protected by copyright. The copyright statute is very clear on the subject matter of copyright. Doesn't include likenesses. So I don't think anyone is
Yeah.
arguing.
Right, so
that,
you'd have to argue that Hassan has some sort of license to his political opinions.
No, I don't think that's the
Or
good faith.
speech.
No, I don't
Okay,
think
then
that
you have no argument. You've just admitted
Well,
you're wrong.
Yeah, what is he
No, I
gonna? What
haven't.
is he gonna like?
Okay,
sue
so on
over,
what
though?
basis
Yeah, I
can
don't
Hassan
understand. Yeah, on
claim
what
he has
basis?
ownership over Aiden Ross's
That he
stream?
could
So
copyright
what
strike
is
that.
potentially copyrightable by the copyright statute in Aiden's stream? The stream itself is an audiovisual work. and
He recorded it. That's what
Right,
makes
right,
it
so-
his.
So the just the mere recording of an audiovisual work by itself hasn't been enough to show that you
Yes, it
are
is.
the author. That you are
Yes,
the
it
author.
is.
So let me give you an
Wait,
example.
hold on. No, it's not, because if you record Star Wars in a theater, you can't say you own that, even if you're recording.
Well, no,
right?
that's already licensed.
Hang on a second. Don't worry about licensing. Licensing. When people talk about licensing, they're thinking about private interactions between two parties and
No,
giving.
no.
What do you mean
that's
no?
already a licensed work.
Are you a
It's
lawyer?
It's a copyright license.
Is this guy a lawyer?
He did
protection.
photography for 5 years. Just slow your roll, all right?
So
If you film Star Wars, you're filming something that has a license already. If I film Hassan, there's no license to his likeness.
I want to start at absolute base zero. What is copyright, and what works are qualified for copyright? Do you know?
You didn't answer my fucking question.
Yeah,
On
so
what
I'll give you the
basis
answer.
does Hassan,
So the argument, right? The argument that he would make, which I'm not saying is going to be a successful argument, but I'm just trying to represent him well, not as someone who's saying like he thinks that political speech is protected or he thinks that his image is protected. His argument would be that he is a co-author
Okay, I'm
of the
starting to
audiovisual
lag
work that is protected by
uncontrollably.
copyright.
We
Just
might
like he
it's
has
not
in
his
Texas.
fucking stream. He's not an author.
No, these things, when Dan says that they're untested, he's absolutely correct. The
No,
stream-
it's not.
No, he
no,
is
it's
correct.
Not. No, it's
So,
not. No, it's
this is
not.
an issue-
No,
I feel
This
like
is an
it's
issue.
he's not an author.
kind of been played
He's
out a
not the
lot
one who recorded the
because
stream.
South
He's not the
Park
one who
got,
pressed
like,
Have you read
play
any
button.
copyright
all the
case ever?
time for,
Are you a
like,
lawyer?
Yes,
Am I
I
still a lawyer?
have.
Are you a lawyer?
Likenesses.
Okay, hold on,
Okay,
wait,
so-
stop. Asking
sorry,
somebody's a
wait.
lawyer has no bearing on the stream whatsoever.
Destiny,
So,
Destiny,
wait,
like, these people
hang on
are
a second,
fucking
hang on a second.
retarded, dude. Like,
Wait,
there's
wait a
no
second, wait,
fucking
wait,
argument.
No,
let's be clear, let's be
because
clear.
He's not even
does
making
he
a fucking
specialize
argument.
in
Wait,
copyright law?
I just made an
Like,
argument,
because-
and you can repeat it for me if
Okay,
you can.
hold on.
So Hassan's argument would be, not saying it's a
Hold on,
successful
hold
one, is that he would be a joint author of the audiovisual work of the fixed stream. You know, copyright only exists in fixed, in works that are fixed in a tangible medium of expression. So it would have to be a fixed work. So I'm assuming it's being recorded on Twitch's servers.
What's
or
the
on his own
argument for him
servers.
being an author?
The same argument that a director would have, even though he's not the one who's having the camera, right? I'm not saying it's a successful argument, but there is a colorable argument that someone who's providing, like when there is no underlying contract that clarifies whose role is what, if there's two people streaming at the same time, the colorable argument would be one of joint authorship. So did I not make an argument? Did I make an argument? Yes or no?
That's
no.
different,
Well, you
did I make an argument?
The director's an
premise. You didn't make an
employee,
argument.
though.
Did what I just give, is that a potential argument?
Your premise. Well, no. Your premise was that
it's not a wait. I just want to be clear.
Hassan could be considered an author.
Is that an argument for copyright protection or not?
Hassan's authorship.
Wait. I just want to be clear.
By the way, being an author
film,
does not
right?
give somebody copyright permission, so that's not even
what
really
I
an
just
argument
gave
related to the discussion.
Hang on a second. Is this stream an audiovisual work?
I just don't understand how that all works.
Yeah,
either.
sure, it's Destiny's stream.
Is it fixed in a tangible medium of expression? I.e., is it being recorded in some hard drive somewhere?
Well, yeah, Destiny is.
Okay, so we agree.
Are you saying you'd be able to argue for the ownership of Destiny's stream because you have co-authorship?
You don't even think I've been given an argument.
I'm just asking. Do you
am I
think
giving an
you
argument?
have
Yes or
some
no?
sort of legal argument? Well,
am I giving an argument?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. What you did was you gave a premise. The premise was Hassan has some sort of authorship over the stream. The argument would have to that you haven't made yet is why he would have authorship and why that would grant him copyright permissions.
Yeah, why?
But that is an
How
argument that
work?
would get you to copyright protection.
No,
if he wasn't,
okay.
wait, hang on a second. If someone's an author of a work, are they entitled to copyright protection?
No, it only depends if they're. No,
wait,
it only depends.
No, authors are not initially.
By the way, like you're using the term author in a very unspecific, vague way. What do you mean?
No, I'm using it the way the copyright statute is.
Way.
Well, hold on. Let's be clear. Wait, hold on. Let's be clear. Hold on. Well, Pisco, what you're saying is not true, right? An author is not necessarily granted copyright. If I write a script for Hollywood,
as a default matter, the author of a work, once it's if I doodle something on my paper right now, I have copyright protection over what I just drew.
What if I commission you? What if I commission you to draw it?
That's different. That's different.
Well,
yeah, sure. Then I just to specify. I guess.
There's specific rules related to
if we're going to well, that's okay. Well, if we're going to use that kind of example to analogize what happened with Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross would be the author because he's the one who fucking recorded the stream, man.
We're not even there yet. You're not even granting that this is a colorable argument, that it's even an argument.
Okay, dude. Okay, dude, you have two things to prove. Prove that Hassan has some sort of authorship in relation to Aiden Ross's stream.
Are you going to answer my question, or are you just going
to prove that authorship would grant him copyright access to Aiden Ross's stream?
Are you going to answer my question?
You're just wasting our fucking time. You're the one who made the fucking premise and argument. So
first of all, you didn't even let me talk. I'm just here to explain away.
Well, you're not talking about fucking anything. Prove that Hassan has some sort of authorship over Aiden Ross's stream.
First of all,
that gives him copyright privileges.
I just want to be clear that
Destiny, this guy's a fucking idiot. Like, both of them are wasting our fucking time.
I just want to be clear that when I came into this entire conversation, I
don't really give a fuck, dude. Make an argument. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Are you mean?
So prove fucking Hassan has authorship over Aiden Ross's stream.
That's not my position.
Prove that gives him copyright. You literally. Okay, if that's not your position, then what the fuck are you doing here?
My position is that Dan is correct. That these difficult questions of joint authorship.
No, he's not.
Are you memeing or are you being real?
Is this
I'm being real. You're both being fucking stupid. So, Dan, what's your actual position? Like, is your argument that Hassan has authorship over Aiden Ross's stream? Is that his argument?
No, his position was that there.
Okay, wait. Don't speak for him.
Oh, he said it. He said it. No, he said it.
Don't speak for him, Dan. What is your actual position? Do you think that Hassan owns some sort of authorship over Aiden Ross's stream?
I think
do we have
that
enough
the question over who has the full copyright is completely unknown, so that probably doing a DMCA vindictively is not okay. And I don't think it's clear cut.
Okay, so if City TV, so if some news station like CNN were to do interviews with people on the street, it's up in the air who owns the copyright to that fucking content.
Hopefully we get lucky with the hits, so we
wonder where these big ideas come from. People, all of us. But we need
these
to be
ads
better
are
taking
annoying,
care.
dude.
Health today needs to evolve.
I didn't think there was going to be so many on this.
Who said that?
No. I think that there's better and worse arguments depending on what is your level of.
Okay, so wait. So if CNN does street interviews with people, so if CNN does street interviews with people or interviews Trump protesters, you're telling me the Trump protesters own some sort of audience?
See, you're missing a piece here. You're conveniently missing a part.
What's the piece?
What about if the NFL game is playing in the background and you see the entirety of the game?
Yeah, so
that's not copyrighted. It's happening in real time.
Behind that,
it's happening in real time. You can't say that. It's happening in real time.
There's a license behind.
Don't say license. It's a copyright protection. Use the right word. When you talk about licensing, everyone's thinking about giving grants.
It's not happening in real time because you're filming footage of it.
Real time doesn't matter.
The actual fucking game. Bro, if you're there at the game and you film footage from your camera, you own that. If there's footage of an NFL game in the background, somebody's already filming that, and that would be considered licensed content. You people are so fucking dumb.
What do you know about copyright? You think you know way more than you do. Like you're not even letting people finish.
Make a goddamn argument.
It's like Dunning-Kruger.
I know or don't know. Make a fucking argument. Neither of you have done that.
So the truth is, and like so many other things in copyright, like fair use, for instance, so much of authorship, modicum of creativity needed for originality, questions related to authorship. These are tough questions where there aren't strict bounds defined by the statute.
There are.
Yeah, there are not. I'm sorry.
Hassan does not own a license to his likeness. He doesn't own a license to his political opinions. And if somebody films a video or stream, then and Aiden Ross was the one who filmed it. Aiden Ross is the one who owns the fucking copyright.
Did you hear me? Did you or did you not?
You keep trying to inject like different context in different situations.
Did you or did you not hear me? Did you or did you not?
You don't even understand any
Did you or
of these
did you not hear? Did you or did you not hear me say that?
Make an argument for
did
why.
You or did you not hear?
You gotta let other people talk. Hey,
I don't give a.
I know you don't. Is this like the legendary debater? Do you just go no, and talk over everyone the whole time?
Did you?
You're not.
All you can do is call me wrong, and
I can't do anything. No one can say anything. You won't shut the fuck up.
Argument.
No one's allowed to talk. Did you or did you not hear me say? Did you or did you not hear me say that political speech and likeness is not protected by the copyright statute?
And what is the argument for why Hassan would own copyright over fucking Aiden Ross's stream?
He said that it's murky. I can't.
I'm asking you what the argument is. I'm not asking you for dead proof, inexplicably, that nobody could ever contest it.
Calm the fuck down.
What's the argument?
Calm the fuck down. First of all, Dan and I's argument. Are you gonna let me finish this sentence?
Really good
Dan and I's argument isn't that it's super clear cut that Hassan owns a copyright entitlement to the stream.
It is pretty clear.
Our position is not going to be proved beyond a reasonable doubt.
I said
I just want to be clear about what to.
Argument.
I just want to be clear about what you're expecting.
Make the argument.
Okay. So the argument from Hassan would be that he put a great amount of creativity and such that he's entitled.
Okay, so where's the proof that he owns a license to his creativity?
Wait, what do you mean? When do you think
what license does Hassan have?
How do you get copyright? Wait, can you even tell us how does one get?
License does Aiden Ross?
Vegan, we have a problem.
Vegan, how do you get copyright in a work?
I don't need to answer that.
Yeah.
Where
do you
is
know?
the
Wait,
proof
do you,
that
wait,
Hassan owns the license to what
do you
he
need
said
to know?
in Aiden Ross stream?
How do you get copyright protection over a work? Yes, sir.
He has a license over what he said. Where's the proof he owns a license over what he said?
I almost want to Google copyright.
Oh,
no one said Vegan. How does someone get copyright protection over a work?
I don't need to answer that. You're the one who made the fucking argument.
Listen, Vegan. The problem with your question is it presupposes that you would need a license. A license. You don't need a license to get copyright protection. Copyright protection. Do you know how you get a copyright protection?
I'm guessing
well, you either have to have a license to the work, or it has to be considered.
Wait, what does it mean? You would have to have a license. No. How do you get copyright protection over your work? How do you do it?
Well, it's assumed you already own a license to it if you created it.
So you have to, how is copyright protection vested?
Barking.
What do you mean tested?
Vested. How does one obtain it?
Well, again, it's assumed if you're the one who creates something.
Really? So like if I just dance on the street, do I own a copyright to that?
No.
No, why not?
Well, because I don't know.
You know anything about what the f you're talking about?
I don't
know shit.
fucking
These
care.
are like
You're
basic
the one who made the
questions about how. This is basic questions about how one is entitled to copyright in the first place.
By the way, you can't copyright a fucking dance. There's a
you actually can.
For it.
Wait,
well,
you actually
no, you can copyright
There's choreographic
dance.
So the choreographic work, right? That's one of the works of authorships protected by the copyright statute, 17 USC 102. So I would ask you again, do you know anything about copyright?
I would be interested just to know if there's ever been a dance copyrighted, but
yo, how about
anyway,
the Fortnite?
You're the one making the argument. You're
Have
the
you
one
not heard
making
about
the argument.
You know
What's
shit
the
about copyright?
that-
Wait, some of the most famous copyright cases that are happening right now.
Hold on,
Hold on, let me come in.
Hold on, let me come in with a quick fact check, okay? 17 USC 102, Section A, okay? It talks about copyright protection subsists, and it says in sub 4, pantomimes and choreographic works, to be clear.
Absolutely protectable. But just doing some creative work is not enough. It needs to be fixed in any tangible medium of expression. So when you ask, well, prove that Hassan has a license, prove that Hassan has gotten a license to the work, it's silly because the argument isn't that you would get copyright through a license. It would be that he fixed the work in a tangible medium of expression, i.e. he recorded it while it was happening, and then he was an author. Now, if you're going to say, well, that's a weak...
What's the argument for his authorship?
Like, I guess it depends on, like,
the argument for his authorship, which I don't think is necessarily a great one, not having seen the stream, right? Not having seen the stream, I'm not here to argue the particular facts. I was just here to tell everyone that I think Dan is absolutely correct that streaming is a very untested medium, and he's absolutely right that no one knows how these
things
are going to go.
I just can't believe that this Hassan dude is
just
like
film, so
going crazy.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is.
Wait, I can tell you. I can tell you very easy ways in which they're different.
Recording with a camera.
It's different in many ways. Now they're the same category of protected work, audiovisual works that are going to be protected. But of course, sometimes you arguably wouldn't even have copyright in a stream. So I'll give you an example. There was a famous case in which recently, I think, where someone accidentally pressed start stream, and the argument was, would you even have copyright protection over a stream that you accidentally start? Well, the answer that is not a clear answer. There's not a clear answer there. Just so you know. But how do you know?
You just
Have
said
you studied any of the case law?
Well, did the fucking monkey example that we brought up, did the monkey deliberately press the fucking record button? It doesn't matter.
Your ignorance about the topic is so. You know that.
Okay, so if I had
wait, the monkey case, they didn't even. From what I recall, they didn't even reach the merits in the monkey case. That was dismissed on like standing grounds related to jurisdiction. And so people cite the monkey case. Everyone laughs at you who's a lawyer who's actually read the case or looked at it because they don't even. And it's not even a controlling opinion that applies throughout the entire world, the entire country. And so
I really don't even.
It's not a decided question.
What's the argument in favor of Hassan's authorship?
Yeah, but this dude didn't even make the argument about the monkey, right? The other dude made the argument about the stupid monkey case.
I'll point you to a case. Do you know the Titanic movie?
And like PETA.
I've heard of that.
So you know how James Cameron, right? He's not the one necessarily actually recording all the things that are happening, right? Yeah. He's not the one who's pressing the camera, but it's his creative vision, right? It's his he's the one who is the mastermind behind what's going on. And so even though he's not the one actually doing the recording or actually pressing the button, doesn't necessarily mean that he is not the author. And in cases of streamers, I could see a colorable argument if you're saying, well, I went on Aiden Ross's stream and this was it was planned that I would provide content.
It's analogous. In the James Cameron case, they signed a contract with the fucking studio where they own the rights.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the absence of a contract, wouldn't you say you just said it right? In the James Cameron case, they signed a contract.
In the absence of a contract, the person fucking records the one who owns it.
It's beautiful. your point just detracted exactly from your argument. If there's a contract and it clearly lays out everything that's going to be said, presumably you're going to follow the contract. But if there's no contract on point, then there's room, right? There's play on the joint. There's ambiguity. There's ambiguity, and that's what Dan is arguing for.
Okay, so there's ambiguity if CNN does street interviews. Who owns that content?
No, I think in those cases it would be a factual question. It would be a factual question about who's masterminding, who's creating, who's like. That's why you would sign a contract with like a Tucker Carlson, right? Assume that Tucker Carlson and Fox never sign a contract, right? They never signed a contract. And
Fox, the studio would be the one who owns it because the fucking Tucker Carlson isn't the one who owns the footage.
Well, how do you know that? In the absence of a contract, let's say there was no contract.
Because the studio who's doing the fucking filming are the ones who are doing the filming. Tucker Carlson wasn't doing the filming. Like, this argument would result in photographers who are doing street photography, everyone who's in the photo could make a claim to owning the fucking photo.
No, they wouldn't. And first of all, it's not a. I don't even think like this. I don't think that Hassan
fucking care about reality.
Bro, you don't even know how. You don't know the first thing about the copyright statute. You don't know anything about its terms. You don't know how copyright is given.
That's great. Okay, yeah, right.
You came on here to talk about something you don't know. No one said that. No one said that.
Yeah, that's what you said.
But there's a reason why
these ones who necessarily have authorship. It could be the people doing the interview who had the idea for the topic, and because it's their idea, then they own the footage. Like that. This is just fucking retarded.
So if CNN and Fox like collaborate on some project together, and they have filmers on both sides filming some guy who's not affiliated, who owns the copyright?
Sorry, give me the example again.
What? So you have Fox and CNN. They're both contributing, and they're both putting their creative influences into recording somebody, a third party not affiliated with either channel.
That happens all the time. They would own their own fucking footage.
Yeah.
No,
like, have you ever seen a fucking press conference?
They're hang on. They're jointly.
Have you ever seen a fucking press conference?
They're jointly recording.
Right.
So,
have you ever seen a fucking
They're jointly recording.
What do you mean jointly recording? If
there's only one.
Each other's footage, then they're
there's one contractor who's filming everything, and they give at the end there's 2 hard drives, and they give them to each person, each representative, CNN and Fox.
Well, then the fucking contractor would be the one who owns the fucking license.
That's so stupid.
And then they would give it to Fox and
no, they wouldn't.
Then what are you talking?
If you hire a wedding photographer,
if they're the ones who are if there's a fucking this example doesn't even make sense. Are you saying there's like a videographer who takes photos and sells those photos to CNN and Fox? Well, then CNN and Fox would each own a license to that.
Yeah,
because they pay for the fucking license.
Stop saying license. Copyright. They own a copyright.
There's no difference.
If there is a difference between a license and a copyright protection. Why do you? What's your?
No, not in the context I'm using it, but whatever. If you
prefer
me to use copyright, I'll use copyright.
In your proprietary usage of the word, I guess, but in the actual discussion where these legal terms matter, and you're trying not to confuse people, you shouldn't use license. If you are talking about,
is copyright a license?
A copyright has a great many protections. If you go to section 106,
I don't even give a shit. I don't even give a shit. Just make your point.
If you go to 17 USC 106,
I don't give a shit. You're wasting
time. If you go to 17,
I don't give a shit. You're wasting everybody's time.
If you go to 17,
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Why the fuck are you talking about irrelevant bullcrap?
Well, because you just asked
use the term copyright.
You just asked if it was a license, and I'm telling you how it's more broad than a license. And so one way you asked whether or not it was.
I don't understand how you don't go fucking insane by listening to these fucking retards waste your fucking time.
You are the one who sounds dumb. You don't know anything about copyright.
I don't fucking care. I'll use the term copyright. You fucking idiot.
Well, you asked the question, then I was answering it, and you got so mad that you're.
That's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So
what the fuck is your argument for Hassan making a claim that he has authorship?
So if you are going to grant that there are situations, I don't think you have yet, where there could be joint authorship between 2 equals, right? Are you going to grant that there's a possibility that could happen?
What do you mean joint authorship?
Is there such thing? Is there such thing as
by fucking authorship?
Is there such thing as joint authorship? Yes or no?
What do you even mean by fucking authorship?
I mean authorship as in the statutes and as the law.
The same
recognizes.
The statutes and the law, right? Okay.
No, not statutes. Statutes.
Wait, hold on, Bisco. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, what's up?
If what you were saying was true, then theoretically, wouldn't this put all paparazzi out of business immediately? If Kanye West was coming out of his house and somebody took a video or photograph of him, couldn't Kanye West say, well, I'm DMCAing all of you because this is my performance of walking out of my house?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. There's already legal precedent for this. This guy's just crazy.
So there's absolutely precedent for photos and the subjects of the photos not being entitled to copyright protection. I mean,
it doesn't matter. Part of that is same for video, same for recordings.
No, it's not, because it's not.
Yes, it is. It's the exact same thing. It is legally considered the exact same thing.
You don't know the first thing about the law. You don't even know how fucking copyright.
You can't even fucking explain to me what you mean by authorship. So yeah, you're a fucking expert.
That's the whole question. That courts ultimately, when there's a dispute about who is the creative mastermind behind the work. Those are
the
literally
creative
words.
mastermind is Aiden Ross because he's the one who fucking
hang on a second. They'll literally use words like mastermind and person who's pulling the strings. They'll use words like that because the courts.
That's great. Okay, that's great. So if we're gonna talk,
you're not gonna let me. Wait, you're not gonna let me
fucking
finish.
Hassan stream specifically.
Do you acknowledge that? Wait. You dodged the question.
Had any idea?
You dodged the question. Is there such thing as joint authorship? Yes or no?
What do you mean by fucking authorship?
Authorship meaning someone who's entitled to copyright protection.
He never.
Because they're the ones who created the work as understood by American law.
That does not fucking explain what authorship is.
Yes, it does. If a court determines that
you used another fucking term in place of authorship.
The ultimate bedrock of this is what the courts are going to consider to be the.
Did this guy explain to you what authorship is?
I don't know, Pisco. I missed that. What is authorship, Pisco?
Dude, you're just fucking trolling.
An author under the statute, right, and under copyright is the person who's entitled to the copyright protection of the statute and of copyright in general because they are the creative mastermind. They're the creative artist behind what's going on, right? And ultimately the bedrock is the bedrock of that is whoever the courts are going to acknowledge as such. Okay, that's
great.
The bedrock.
Okay. Well, this settles things.
So do you acknowledge that there's? Do you acknowledge
that? Yeah, sure. Yeah, great. We can clean this up.
Is there such thing as joint? Wait, are you going to answer my question? I'm not going to move forward to answer my question. I'm not going to go forward to
Hassan has some sort of creative mastermind.
I've answered your question. You're going to answer my question.
Shut the fuck up.
Is there such? You're so stupid. I thought you were a good debater.
No,
you're dumb.
You didn't even ask me a fucking question, so I don't know why the fuck
I did. Wait. Do you remember what question I asked? What question I asked?
If I fucking just said,
you don't, because you're a coked out.
Obviously, I
you're
wouldn't know
what coked out idiot, and you don't know what the is going on in the conversation. The conversation is above your head. You're just not following. You're not following.
Destiny, get this guy to shut the fuck up for 2 seconds.
Are you gonna cry? Are you gonna cry?
Too much heat in the
Stop
Wait, Pisco, who am I? Can you tell me how this the argument for Hassan? Can you tell me how this grants him copyright over it? Can you?
I'm not answering any questions.
I'm the one asking that.
Nah. Vegan, you're answering my question, crybaby. Hey, crybaby. Hey, crybaby, you're gonna answer my question. You're gonna answer my question.
How is he the creative mastermind?
Crybaby.
Okay, so he can't make an argument.
You're gonna answer my question.
Every fucking time he makes an argument, he has to backtrack.
You bit off more than you thought you could chew. You're in trouble now. You didn't think that the person you were talking to actually knew anything, and you're in trouble. You bit off more than you can chew. I mean, you need to answer me now. Is there such a thing as joint authorship? Yes or no?
Yes. And by authorship, you literally mean copyright ownership. Yes, 2 people can own a work at the same time.
By virtue of their joint authorship, correct?
Why does it keep saying authorship?
Yes or no? Is there
yes or no? Make an argument that Hassan has authorship.
Yes or no?
It might be the legal term for it, but
can you get copyright protection by virtue of your joint authorship in a work? Can you be vested with an equal copyright protection as anyone else?
Yes, you can. Now you just have to make the argument for why
Hassan would have joint authorship.
So the position from me and Dan's perspective is that Hassan could make a colorable argument, not to say a successful one, but a colorable one based on the content of the stream, his creativity on the stream. If there's no contract for which we can establish the relative roles, then it's going to go to a court, and the court's going to have to determine as a matter of law, or send it to a jury if it's not fit for judicial review.
No.
What do you mean no?
So that makes no sense, because with authorship you defined it as having some sort of creative input in the actual work. Hassan
creative
didn't necessarily
mastermind.
have any. Yeah, right. Well, creative input, creative mastermindery, like actually being involved in the creation of the work. Hassan didn't have anything to do with that. He was just giving his political opinions and arguing. He didn't have any fucking actual input into the actual fucking stream.
Okay, that's an argument.
He was just a guy who came on the stream to argue.
Okay, that's an argument.
Kind of creative input.
If you would have calmed down, right? If you would have calmed down,
I would have told you,
on balance, I probably think in that particular instance, as the fact that you laid out, I probably think on balance, if I were a court, I would rule against Hassan. I even think that it's not necessarily the strongest argument on Hassan's part. All I was saying is that Dan is absolutely correct that so much of the authorship questions are muddied when you have joint broadcasting and
there wasn't joint broadcasting.
Okay,
there wasn't joint broadcasting.
I didn't watch the stream, bro, but I didn't come here to counteract you specifically. I heard Dan say something about copyright being unclear in the streaming space, and I know because I've been looking at all the shit that's going on with people, you know, accidentally streaming, co-streaming, copyright stuff. And so I was just coming in here to give him some praxis and some solid support, and to say that he's absolutely correct.
That's great. You're
wait, hang on a second. And it's evident everywhere.
Why is he blabbing? Like, why is it evident? Just like the sound of your own voice? I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care why you came in.
Evident and fair.
I don't give a fuck why you came in here.
Evident and fair use too. So Ethan and Ela Klein. I don't know if you remember that whole thing with Bold Guy. That was one of the first cases of that went to a decision on the merits.
Transformative. Why the fuck? Like, what does this have
to do
with anything?
So even that, right? Even fair use is a ground that has been walked over a lot. But we're still getting Supreme Court precedent on APIs, whether that's copyrightable. We're still getting district court precedent on React streams. That was one of the first ones. It's not. There's not a lot of precedent because most of these things don't go to trial. And so when Dan says you don't have a lot of case law on this kind of stuff, he's absolutely correct. And anyone who says he's not, and that they're sure about what's going to happen,
when
they just don't know the law, and they're just an idiot.
No, there's already plenty of legal precedent over this.
Oh, I can just check through chat. That's right. I can just do.
You don't know anything because you don't even know anything about copyright. What do you know?
Just tell me, right?
Name one case.
Like again, the logical extension of this: if somebody made a unique dress and somebody photographed it while you're out in public, they have some sort of creative input. So therefore, they own. Like that's the.
Bro,
it's
so sad that you. Wait, it's so sad that you. It's so sad that
isn't the fucking realistic argument that you'd use in court.
It's so sad that you just said that.
Acting as if this could be used as a fucking defense.
Wait,
it's so stupid.
It's so sad that you just said that taking a picture of a dress, that you think it's absurd that you could possibly have copyright protection over that picture. You absolutely would have copyright protection over that picture.
No,
the copyright. Wait, you absolutely would over the picture.
Out in the public area.
That's pretty nice.
No, the picture. You taking a picture, right? Taking the angle.
It's your
phone.
We need to
Okay, so you could take a picture of a dress, and you would have copyright protection over the elements related to your picture.
What can we do about this,
would,
dude? I feel like I should.
And so these are more complicated questions than you think.
I'm fucking done, dude. Like,
yeah, I know you are.
Idiot.
Go cry. Go cry. No one wants to hear anymore.
What?
Yeah, great. Okay, my feelings are hurt. Wonderful. Can we fucking move on?
I just like.
I thought you were gonna leave.
Dumb to me.
No, I wanted to talk about Destiny, about his deadlift form.
Well, tough fucking shit, mate. This is the copyright conversation. You fucking butted in when we were having it, bro. You're gonna have to fucking wait. Set your place in line in the pecking order, and it's well below.
So
we're still on the copyright issue. Want to have real conversation about it, not fucking
this
soy sauce shit that's going on right now.
Because another guy came in.
That's what you'd call this.
And like.
Not this.
Not what you're having.
Stream again.
No, not what you're having.
I don't know enough about him to say that he's did or not, but I really don't.
Wait, what did you say? When am I gonna stream again?
You devolve.
No, tell us about the story about why you joined the stream.
The dude and stuff.
To talk about
or why don't you talk about like Star Wars again? I like that.
A little strange, dude.
What?
To be honest.
I can't believe this. Vegan Gains, you are. I am just disappointed. You were supposed to be like this legendary debater.
Copyrighted?
No, you were supposed to be this legendary debater that was going to be able to bring balance to the force. Now that I see it in person,
for why Hassan would have a legal case for copyright ownership.
Dude, he would.
Dude,
and then at the very end, you admitted a fucking
Are you
jury
fucking
or
8 IQ? You have like an IQ of a plant, like a plant, like a cactus or something. That's your IQ.
Wait a minute.
I don't know how to put this. I don't even. Why am I trying? Why am I trying to get through to you? You may be. This is impressive. You may be the dumbest person I've ever met, which is weird because you don't seem dumb. You're having this conversation. I'm talking to you, but it's like you have this special sauce of dumbness that I've never seen before. It's actually throwing me completely off of my
resets my bank, right?
This is what I'm talking about. This is like this is what it is. The outsiders, they're looking in and they're seeing the vegetable IQ and they're not getting it. I'm getting it. I'm in awe, but also disappointed at the same time. That is your legacy.
Because I have my ruby and then my diamond, right?
Just flowing disappointment while also I don't know, crying about it.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, weird.
What
Can I copyright that
the
under a
fuck
license?
is going on out there, but it is loud as shit.
I own your stream now, Destiny. This was I did this
about
for
that,
creative
guys.
reasons.
Let's just go ahead and grab some of
I don't know
these
how to put it.
items
You're so incapable of saying
I'm
you might not know.
32 of these.
Type
I was
the
doing
down
really
when
good
someone's
shit.
talking.
I'm the creative mastermind of
Oh,
this.
no, listen. Oh my god. Okay.
Keep that as
The key
cheap as
is
possible.
to know.
And I should be able to do 70
The key
of
is
these.
to know
So
that you don't know.
I'm 7 right now. So.
The key is to know that you don't know. To know that you can't know with certainty anything that's happening. But you're like kind of full force, full-throated, retarded, running. It's like, no, it's set, it's done. And you have lawyers coming in here that deal copyright shit, saying, no, it's definitely.
You're a lawyer?
I'm a lawyer.
Yes, no, it's a lawyer. Yes.
Girl, don't pick it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, but dude, aren't there like, dude, just because you're a lawyer doesn't mean you know anything about like certain
Are you a
things, right?
copyright lawyer?
Are you a
No, I'm not a fucking copyright
Yeah,
lawyer.
then fuck you!
Wait, but just because I'm not a copyright lawyer doesn't mean
like
I don't know about more copyright than you.
And talking about fucking dentistry.
You're a photographer for 5 years, and that's your credentials. All error on the side of the attorney.
Yeah, I had practical
Like the
fucking
laws
experience
have, like,
with this
different
shit.
types of laws, right? Like
You
and
are.
then here's a
Full
guy claiming he's
experience.
a lawyer when he's never even dealt with fucking cases like this.
what kind of lawyer is he? Does he ever say what kind of lawyer he
True.
is? I kind of wish he would.
No, not true. No. I see. You know the thing is, Steve like makes money off of this, so he's the real winner in here. But I feel like I've lost
That's what I
like
wanna
definitely
know.
like.
Well, I don't know if I
probably
can make money off this, Dan, because apparently all of you guys could DMCA me for your
Well,
performances.
no, I'm the
Yeah,
creative
yeah, yeah.
mastermind.
Or maybe
I've
vegan
been
games could sue me.
masterminding you all to act like this, so I'm the creative genius.
Listen, I think on balance, based on everything that Vegan has said about the facts, I think that Aiden probably has the better argument. I'm
Wait,
not
okay,
gonna
here,
deny that.
hold on. Can I have a 2-second serious comment with you, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what's up? What's up?
This was my original take, okay? Hassan was on Aiden's stream. Aiden was the one that was streaming the whole time, okay?
Yeah.
Aiden brought him on the call. It was his Discord call. He broadcast the group.
He decided to invite him in the first place.
And then Hassan, I don't even know if that would matter, but Hassan uploads his stream, basically, the segment that he's on. He uploads that onto his channel, and then Aiden DMCA's him for it. Now,
well, he's streaming the thing too?
No.
Portion of it?
Hassan's not even streaming his portion of it. Aiden is, and that's what Hassan,
He just
or at least Hassan didn't stream
cuts.
the whole Discord, right? So then Aiden
Hassan
takes,
just
so Aiden DMCA's him. Now, I think it's
part that
undeniable
he was
that
in,
Aiden has a
right?
right to DMCA him. It's clearly it is his content. Now, if Hassan wants to fight and say, well, hold on, I can argue that my performance was an integral part of this or something like that, and he wants to go ahead and present that affirmative defense, he can do that. But I would say that without, like, we can say that, quote unquote, it's untested. We can think of a lot of things that are untested. But I think based on my understanding of copyright and historically how things have played out, I've never heard of a case like Hassan's before that would favor Hassan. And it seems like, on balance of facts, it would probably favor Aiden. That's what I'm saying. So for Hassan to come out, so like, if I were to do something like this, somebody sued me for it, or somebody DM'd me for it, like, all right, we're gonna fight. But I would never be like, I can't believe you DMCA'd me. Well, of course you did. I ripped your stream straight and I uploaded it to my YouTube channel with your watermark still in the corner, right?
Right. So I think that
dude, left is
even
like
just the
with
things
this
of, like,
watermark
the
and
camera
everything,
layout,
it's kind of crazy.
The stream notifications that are coming up. I actually think it matters whether or not you're directing things, you're making the content. You know, you're the person in charge of making the broadcast. I think those are all factors that point heavily in favor of Aiden. I'm just saying that.
I guess I should probably make a watermark.
I don't know the
for mine
facts
as well,
of the specific stream, as you know. I just came in here to
This is crazy.
give
Like
Dan
the
some
whole
affirmation
thing,
that
just
in
ripped
fact
the
it is
whole
true
thing.
that there's
Like,
a lot of
didn't really
work
add
done.
anything.
And
to
a
it,
lot
just
of
ripped whole
the
thing
areas where there's
from
disputes on copyright,
the other
things
guy,
like fair
it just
use
like
and
doesn't make
authorship,
sense.
and even infringement in
Be
many
honest.
cases, those issues are ones where the statute leaves a lot of room for fact finding that and interpretation.
Yeah, I mean,
So
fair
think
use
that-
is all about, like, interpretation, right? There is no hard and fast fair use. Like, there's going to be a lot of fighting around any of the 4, I think, points for...
Like, let me give you an example. Let's say that you and Dan both plan out a podcast, right? What were you guys going to call it? The Over Wrestle podcast? You guys plan the Over Wrestle podcast, and you guys Dan puts 60% of the work, Dan puts 70% of the money, you put 40% of the work and 30% of the money, and you're the one who broadcasts it. But it's really both of your creative visions. You're both bringing to life other aspects of, you know, that you're bringing in the streaming world, and him bringing in, like, the, I don't know, what do you do, landlord-tenant relation world. In that case, I think there's a stronger argument for joint authorship if you guys haven't, like, had a contract that details who owns what respectively, right? In those cases, just because you're the one broadcasting, Well, that's not what, the copyright statute, if it wanted to, could say anyone who broadcasts the work.
Yeah, and I understand what you're saying here, right? But to Vegan Games' point,
I think there's more
if
than
Hassan
just
would
like
have come in,
broadcast,
for instance,
like,
and did a performance of a musical number that he'd written or a choreographed dance, sure.
If he did something
But him coming in
like
and just speaking on it, I feel like that's kind of a stretch for. Well, actually, I have some ownership in the creative direction of this.
Even if he just came in and sang it, right? Even if he just came in and sang or danced or whatever or talked.
Well, those things, because some of those things are meaningfully different.
No. But hang on. But like singing, right? Like just talking isn't protected by copyright. Agreed?
Yeah.
I don't think so. If you sing a song for the first time and you invent it, I'm sorry, bro, that is not copyright. If you wanted to steal someone's copyright who's just like riffing, like you do a lot of improvisation, right?
Yeah, but I'm almost positive. I think that
your stuff might be protected because your music would be fixed in like some hard drive in the stream that you're making, right? But just singing out openly typically doesn't give you protection. It's not fixed in a tangible medium of expression. Don't argue with me. If you just sing out loud.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean by not fixed in a tangible medium of expression? Wait, explain that.
What do you mean by that?
So, copyright protection only extends to works that are fixed in a tangible medium of expression. And so if you, and that has been interpreted not like a like.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
wait, hold on. Wait, so here's the question. So could I theoretically go down to a jazz club, New York City, okay? 11:30 at night, I'm listening to people play, and I just sit there and I transcribe their solos, and then I immediately, why not?
No, because there's protections offered by federal law to unfixed performances.
Well, okay, well then what kind of unfixed performances are protected?
So certain kinds of I'm not fucking studied up on the unfixed performances, but there's an exception for those kinds of things that is carved out.
Okay, well that's why I'm asking, because you just said improvisation. I'm pretty sure if I go and I give like an improv, like an improv concert or whatever at some club, I don't think somebody could transcribe all my notes and then go and release that as a song and not have a.
But you don't have copyright protection over it, right? You might have a protection against that kind of surreptitious videoing, but that's not a copyright protection.
What kind of protection am I extended there?
It's whatever the sui generis protection is for against those recordings. So those recordings might be infringement, but if someone heard your song, right? Let's say someone hears Steven perform his improvisation, and then goes off and writes it down in a separate little document or a separate little piece of sheet music.
Let's say it says 94, doesn't it?
Wouldn't be infringement over your work, because assuming that you did not fix it previously, right? And assuming that you didn't write it previously. So the copyright protection extends to fixed works. In the case of Hassan, whether he's saying a political opinion, whether he's dancing, whether he's singing, the key aspect to it that we're examining is who has copyright protection over the stream.
I really don't want to buy that many, but...
And in this specific case, I think the only argument that you can make is either fair use, if it's like a newsworthy thing, I don't know. But that's a weak argument, I think. Or probably more likely joint authorship, but I think that's a loser. And if Vegan Games had just calmed down for a few minutes for me to explain that, I don't think we would have had this huge, like, I don't know, fight. I don't have anything against
I think if he added commentary to the stream and like made a new video about it, that probably would have been an adequate protection.
Fisco, I have a question. When it comes to protections for individual pieces of content that might be copyrighted, is there more or less protections afforded to a work depending on the medium that it is? For instance, so how are those protections different? For instance, if I have a painting, could Steven put up a stream doing nothing else than showing that painting?
Look at the price of that.
Yeah, so to be clear, yes, there are differences. First of all, I'm not a copyright lawyer. Again, I'm not even necessarily. I've done some IP work, but nothing in the copyright space. So if anyone knows more than me, this is just your regular disclaimer. You should listen to the people who know more. But my understanding is fair use arguments, the nature of the work is one of the factors that the statute is telling you to consider. And so let's say that you have.
I don't think I have any of those.
Scene shot down in downtown New York in a crime movie. No. You have someone's poster, right? That's copyrightable. It's a fixed work. It's in a poster. And you, as part of your scening, right, you have the entire work is placed into your movie, right? It's not even just part of the work. It's the whole work. The whole picture is in your movie. There have been arguments where, in some cases, the background art is considered fair use, and sometimes when it's focused, it's not considered fair use.
All right, so
the nature of the.
Okay, so you're saying it. I think I can understand that. So video has specific protections that are not found with other things. Then would you say?
I don't even have a deal that I could upgrade on. They don't even upgrade out of each other.
Exception. And there's also statutorily crafted exceptions for music too. There's mandatory licensing schemes under the statute for covers. That's why it's important to get a difference between and so I would agree with you that audiovisual works and music, when they're used in other audiovisual works, they probably have more judicial protection than like a piece of art that you're showing.
Can I hit one?
All right, so here's my thinking, right? So you have the 4 factors on something if it's fair use or not, right?
Yeah.
On Destiny stream every day, he's watching copyrighted work probably in its entirety. Now he's not watching Star Wars, granted, but he's watching YouTube videos in its entirety. He's watching commercials in their entirety without permission of that copyright author to do it. Now he's going to be successful because the people that are coming to his stream, the reason that they're coming there is not to watch that content. Versus if he turned on a stream and he called it Star Wars stream and he was streaming Star Wars, he would fail on the purpose and character of his work, and the purpose and character of his work would be to steal the content at that point. However, there's 3 other points on it there that he still fails of, meaning the only difference would be that front. So what I'm saying is the murkiness of it is that when you stream and he watches a YouTube
15
video
technically,
or
I can
does pretty much anything, that there is murkiness on who now owns this piece of content. Just because he's watching a commercial or a 1-minute YouTube video and not the entirety of Star Wars does not change the fact that he has now rebroadcasted in its entirety a copyrighted audiovisual work without the express consent of the author. And and that's the murkiness of this, is meaning that you have now done that. I
think it's even more murky because the factor you considered, the first one, purpose and character, that's the so-called transformative factor. That number 1 and number 4, the potential market and the purpose and character, are considered to be like the most important factors to consider, as opposed to the nature and the amount and substantiality, which are like downplayed. As you've seen, you can use a whole picture in amount and substantiality, and it can still be fair use. You could use a whole article even.
We'll
right?
do
I'm
another.
Sure many would argue that.
We'll do that until
providing
we run
commentary
out of
on an
those,
entire
and we'll
article from New York Times, which is like you might say it's highly transformative, but you're putting the whole article that might be protected by fair use. But the first and the fourth factors are considered like the most important, and so if he is not making active commentary, it's even more murky, right?
I'll deal with that
so I think that they're.
Well, I mean, there's a reason we don't have YouTube channels
so we're at
of watching Star Wars in its entirety, where I just stop every few seconds and give commentary.
That's just analogous, dude.
Yeah, well, like
it's just a bad analogy to the Aiden Ross thing.
It's not about the Aiden Ross thing, you degenerate fucking retard. Just pipe the fuck down. I'm talking about copyright in general. Fucking Christ. It's like you're coming in here like, no, actually, he recorded.
Part of, like, it just, well,
oh my God.
Using it as a general example, it doesn't make sense because...
Who said Aiden Ross in the last fucking half hour?
If you're gonna make a fucking argument,
pretty sure I can do it in, like,
again, this is written out in the fair use. It has to be transformative in some sort of way, and it also can't significantly take away from the original work. If you were to watch Star Wars in its entirety,
it doesn't need to be
while giving commentary, it's not transformative. And even if it was transformative to some extent, like, again, it's taking away quite a bit from the original work, where people who would have otherwise watched the original work might not.
Melted to perfection. Try the new toasted baguettes from Panera.
It doesn't need to be transformative.
You're not even correct. It doesn't have to be transformative. That's just one of 4 on the options.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but...
Well, you just said something that made me very clear that you don't understand. I don't even know why you're discussing this. You have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Right.
It just doesn't...
And when you're... How Pico's a lawyer again, or Pisco?
Because I went to law school and I passed the bar in New York State.
Yeah. Good.
Okay.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, but just passing the bar.
Like, I know everything about the fair use or copyright, but just like, if you're gonna interrupt and be an aggressive asshole and be wrong.
Well, am I being aggressive right now, or am I being fucking calm?
I think you kind of are. Like, again? I think by implying that Dan.
Here we fucking go, dude. I don't fucking care, dude. I'm being calm.
Dude, we're trying to have a conversation.
We're trying to have a conversation. I'm part of the conversation, so go suck my fucking cock.
Oh,
my God.
He's like, I feel like.
Okay.
Like like the dude just keeps arguing. Like I totally understand where he's coming from.
Wow.
Well, do you want me to
be
tell you about your deadlift form and how you can improve it?
Give me some tips.
He did come in like,
all right.
from
Well,
my perspective,
I would say
from
there's
this certain
three main mistakes you're making. So, first big mistake with your setup is the bar is too far away from your shins.
Okay. Damn, dude, I am just getting headache for like
and it's kind of normal. A lot of people want to start off from a really deep position in the deadlift, and they kind of want to make it feel more like a squat. The proper position in a deadlift usually feels kind of weird and uncomfortable, and it is a pull. So put the bar a little closer to your shins. It should be over your midfoot. You should only have about inch, maybe 2 inches at most, away from your shins when you're standing straight up. Then, when you do go down, you haven't performed the Valsalva maneuver before you went down, and you're just sitting in this position about to initiate the pull, where you haven't developed that tenseness in your core. So step closer to the bar, perform the Valsalva maneuver, and it should only take you maybe 2-3 seconds to actually get your hands over the bar, maybe wiggle your feet a bit slightly, and then pull. You don't want to just be in this low position, squatted down, waiting for, like 20-30 seconds before you actually start pulling. You'll feel like you have a lot more power out of the bottom if you actually perform the Valsalva maneuver before you bend over to, touch the bar, initiate the pull. And third, it looks like your stance is pretty wide. Your feet should be very close together, very, very close. So about, like, your legs should basically just be pointing straight down. They shouldn't be like angled at all. So have your feet very close together.
I just get frustrated with this boss.
And then
like,
you also want to make sure you depress your shoulders as much as you can. So in order to make sure you depress your shoulders as much as you can, actually push down into the bar, and then that's when you initiate the pull. That'll give you some extra leverage where you can just be a little more upright before you start pulling. Pete Rubish probably has the best deadlift tutorial video that I think you should watch. And I think you can improve your deadlift quite a bit if you just make those changes.
I misclicked.
Gotcha. I'll keep it in mind.
All right.
That was not good.
And if you want any more tips on training, I'd be happy to help. I've seen a few streams where you invite on idiots, but yeah, I did want to go over some more programming and periodization stuff with you. But it's up to you.
I kind of wish I could make it where
I'll try this thing for a month, and then I'll
during that
change
phase,
up. I'll let you know. Okay.
I get
sure.
that people do it for like the whoop blocks, but dude, if I could get a setting where I could
hard feelings,
not do that.
No, hard feelings.
What's up with that guy?
No, I want the hard feelings.
I wouldn't even come in here to argue. I didn't hear the case. I thought Dan made a good point.
Oh man.
It's literally Dunning-Kruger in the fucking flesh. The less you know, the more you think that you fucking know, or whatever. How the fuck it works.
Jeez.
Oh Christ!
Right.
Oh my
that
God,
was
dude,
a
just
brutal
back to back
execution of the both of you. If I'm gonna be completely honest.
Oh yeah.
Are you ready for a taste
Yeah,
of Wisconsin?
I don't think either of them really did that great. They both kind of had meltdowns where they just devolved instead of making solid positions or whatever. It just devolved into them attacking to each other hard as fuck.
We Lie to You News.
Good evening and welcome to We Lie to You News, where we do
We Lie to You News. Welcome.
Are these the talking points from Soros and Murdoch? Tonight we've got quite the lineup, including Tucker Carlson being fired by Fox. Something fishy is going on, and we'll show you.
Man, I am
fish.
not
Also, an update
micromanaging
on
this
Bud
at
Light's
all.
rather
I am
successful
doing
sales
terrible.
prevention
I'm so
strategy.
sorry.
Biden.
This is
guy's
terrible.
good. I like him.
This dude's fucking hilarious.
Officially announces he's running for re-election, and SpaceX successfully launches the world's largest rocket ship into an explosion. But
I saw that. The SpaceX
Holy
rocket
shit.
blew up or something. That kind of sucks.
Yeah. Dude, I mean,
starting
like,
with Tucker Carlson.
how many
With by far
rockets
the
did
most
NASA
popular
blow up
news
before
show
they
in the
got it
country
right,
with over
alright?
3.5 million nightly viewers.
Wasn't the SpaceX
Fox
rocket, like,
Think
not
about that.
manned by anybody,
3.5
right?
million viewers.
So, like, at least it wasn't full of
That's
people.
like he's probably getting like
when theirs
200K
exploded. I'd have to look
concurrents
that
on
up.
that.
Could have made a bad joke.
Probably more because it's a short show. That's nuts. A night, yeah. Bro, people watch that like crazy.
Yeah, dude, people
has
love the hell out of
decided to
Tucker
fire
Carlson.
Tucker
I have
Carlson
no idea why.
in a move that makes just as much sense as a team cutting their MVP
he's not
quarterback.
like bad,
People
I
are
guess,
left
but I do
wondering
feel like he's kind of
why.
like he's got one of those
Immediately
faces that you
upon
want to
firing,
punch.
Fox's stock value
You know?
dropped by more than $1
To be
billion.
honest, I'm like, I don't know.
Holy shit.
It's just
Fox
I don't know.
shares slide as Tucker Carlson exits. News company
Yeah,
erases
dude.
more than
Do you
500
really
million
think-
in market value. Oh,
Did you really think that Fox wasn't gonna like take a huge hit from firing?
Well, there are 5 possible
letting
reasons
him
why
go?
Fox
Come on,
has
dude.
decided to proactively reduce its viewership. Let's start with the most likely possibility. The vice president of marketing for Bud Light, who oversaw the Dylan Mulvaney ad campaign, which produced the impressive results of a $7 billion drop in company value, along with
$7 billion? Holy
Bro.
fuck. Is it still that bad?
Dude, I'm pretty sure it's still that bad. I'm pretty sure it's actually getting worse. I don't know if Bud Light will recover
but
this
it was
time.
below that here.
with a 17% drop in sales, was recently put on leave.
They might
And
though
Fox's
if they
move
put
of
like
firing
a
Tucker
whole bunch of
Carlson
beer on sale
leaves
and shit, right?
speculation
Like,
that the Bud Light VP
I'm
of marketing
assuming like there's
may
enough
have been hired
alcoholics
by
in the
Fox,
U.S. that
and on her first day on the job
that
said,
might pump it back up
"How
a bit.
can I
to
produce
be honest,
just as
'cause,
good
dude,
a
if you make
result
it
for
dirt
Fox
cheap,
as I
right?
did for Bud Light?" Well,
A
the
whole
best
bunch of
thing
people,
we can do
especially
is fire
college
the
kids, will
person
buy
who
that
brings
shit.
in the most viewers. Though this story has yet to be substantiated, it
Oh,
would
man,
actually
I thought I
explain
killed him.
everything.
Alright, whatever.
But
Well, yeah, I think that's about as much research as most news organizations do.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
the
would
real
assume
reason,
so
though, like I'm
too.
just gonna say right now, I think the real reason
I'm
is
doing
because of
terrible
that
this
fucking
round. This
lawsuit.
is my bad,
Like,
dude.
I actually don't think it had anything more to do than that. Just that simple.
what are the other possible reasons for why
I need to get
Fox
chat on
fired
here
Tucker
as well.
Carlson?
That's my bad
Well,
as well.
to help
but
understand them,
okay.
first, let's take a look at this chart. As you can see,
offense.
the 3 groups at the top control all the major media outlets.
Ooh.
While it would appear
really
that
have
Fox
time to
is in
interact anyways
opposition
at the
to
moment.
CNN, this chart shows they are controlled by the same people. And that would mean Fox isn't meant to be opposition.
It's hard to say whether
Yeah.
this is actually true because there's a lot of firms that control funds that don't actually
That's
make any
true.
decisions on like what the companies that they're controlling the funds for them are doing.
That's
So
true.
like this obviously like it's going to be very hard to sell this point of view because most people don't really understand it, and then on top of that it makes them, because whenever people see a chart like that it makes them feel like they're smart, you know, because you see this chart and you're like, oh, now I can see where the real Illuminati is. But
yeah,
does this really mean, if they're still owned by these companies, does this really mean that they're trying to, you know, produce news in this way? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
it's
the truth
hard
is
to
that
say.
if you go up high enough, a very surprisingly few amount of companies own a very surprisingly large amount of things.
Yeah, that's true.
Opposition to
And,
CNN,
like,
it would
there's
suggest
only like
that
a
they're
couple
meant to be
companies that
controlled
own like
opposition
all
to
other
CNN.
companies,
And
it's
as you'll
like they're
see in
all
a moment,
subsidiaries
Tucker
of
Carlson
like
has proven
a
to
bigger
be
company,
uncontrollable
basically,
opposition to
and
the
are
globalists
influenced
who want to
by
control
that
everything.
company,
That's
right?
true.
Like,
I've seen this guy right here. If you think this guy isn't real, look at the back of your dollar bill. He'll be right there, front and center.
right there, staring back at you on all your money.
Everything.
That's
AKA,
true.
he's a dangerous extremist inciting violence who must be silenced. Right, AOC?
And when you look at what Tucker Carlson and some of these other folks on Fox do,
I just cannot believe people listen to her
very
opinion.
clearly incitement of violence. Very clearly incitement of violence.
The inconvenient truth of this chart
She has
helps
some
explain
crazy
a rather
takes, dude.
large coincidence.
Isn't that against the law, though, right? I mean, so like, couldn't they? I mean, if you're going on TV and inciting violence, can't they just arrest them or like hold them accountable or something like that? I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
Like I would say that like in general,
guys.
inciting violence
Open
is
up
definitely
OBS.
where I draw the line.
Oh,
Did Tucker
it is
Carlson
on there.
do
My
that?
bad, guys.
I'll
Let me
be
dismiss
honest,
this
I didn't
real
watch
quick.
a lot of Tucker Carlson,
It'll
so
be
it's hard
all
for me to
open
say.
deal there.
But what I have seen is that a number of times there are people who have said that a person is promoting violence or inciting violence, and I've watched the clip. I don't agree with them. I don't think that they
It is not too bad.
CNN happened to fire Don Lemon on the exact same day that Fox fired Tucker Carlson.
Equivalent
this coincidence
exchange.
has nothing to do with
yeah,
the same
it's
three
almost
groups
like a
controlling both
like
CNN and Fox, orchestrating the firing of Carlson and Lemon on the same day.
That's true. That's almost like one of those spy exchanges,
silencing
right?
Carlson off their hands.
Exchanges.
As Lemon objectively deserved to be fired after a series of demotions due to hilariously low levels of viewership, and after having been on leave due to ageist comments, letting Tucker's firing blend in.
Ageist comment? What the hell are you talking about? Ageist comments?
Ageist comments.
Did he say old people were stupid?
to the trash that deserves to be thrown out, suggests to people there's nothing to see.
He's being voted
this
in.
Just in! CNN fired a gay black man. Interpreting this through the lens of CNN's own narrative, this must mean that CNN hates gay people and black people. But back to Fox firing the most watched news anchor in the world. This all begs the question, would the unseen powers that be,
982, dude,
chart,
982.
be willing to sacrifice the loss of
man.
millions of viewers who are Tucker Carlson fans, not Fox News
It's
fans,
just hard
just
for me
to
to see
protect their agenda, and sacrifice the lost ad revenue that comes with a drop in viewership? Isn't money too important to them? The answer is yes. They would be willing to sacrifice the money if something was more important to them than money. What might that be?
What
the globalist agenda to turn everybody into a slave for the reptilian overlords.
What's going on out there? I have my fucking headphones on, dude, and people are just out here screaming, fucking.
Or more money, yeah, that's a good
crying, fucking. A lot of crazy shit going on.
Tucker Carlson makes them a lot of money, but is a threat to their agenda. And their actions demonstrate the act of protecting their agenda, even at the expense of sacrificing money.
Might be
I
a
think
little
that what's
dark
gonna
in the
end up
background
happening,
there,
like
but
you're already seeing this happen a lot, is that once enough
I don't
people
know
get pushed out
why
of
the
the
fuck
mainstream
they're acting that
space,
way, why they're
there's
doing
enough
that
of them
shit.
to create their own space to where it actually can be its own ecosystem.
And you know,
and you
in
saw
front
that
of people,
kind of with
right?
like
Like this is
Andrew
like
Tate, and I think the first main
public
person to
and
have
shit,
that
so.
happen was Alex Jones. And now that there have been
Really
if,
nice.
like once enough people get deplatformed, they can just make their own platform. And I think
That's
that we're
true.
seeing that happen. The change is happening. Yeah, it's happening right now.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
What
like,
is their
especially with
agenda?
like the production
Well,
that
if
like
you look at how
people in
we're
their own
building
homes
back
can do,
better
and like
so well, you'll see what their
the
agenda
technology
is.
has caught up that
Additional
like people
reasons
could be
why
their
Fox
own
would have
like
fired Tucker
news
Carlson?
channels almost now. I
January
mean, look at this
6th.
dude. This dude's
the
like,
agenda that shall not
you know,
be
filming
named had a
videos
very
and
important
like,
narrative to
you know,
it.
has a
Imagine
green
if
screen
they
in
had
his
a
house
character
and
like
like
in
all that kind of
fucking
stuff.
Honkai Star Rail, they had January 6th and September 11th in the fucking game.
You can't
Like,
do that.
whenever
bro.
I read her
Chill.
name, that was the only thing I was thinking of. Like, imagine if they had January 6th in the game, and it was just, like, some fucking, like, super redneck guy that, like, is just rambling about some dumbass shit, like the QAnon. Like, that would be so fucking funny to me. I would love that.
That QAnon stuff was
with a Viking helmet on.
crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
When Channel 5 did that with Andrew Callahan or
Which
whatever,
rhymes
it's
with
not
insurrection. That narrative helps
I don't
paint
think
a
he's-
known threat to the
I don't think he's still
establishment,
Channel 5,
President
right?
Trump,
Like, I think
in
that
a
dude
negative light. But a
does
month
All
ago,
Gas No
never
Breaks,
before
maybe?
seen security
Forgot what he
footage
changed
of
his deal to.
J6 was released to Tucker Carlson and his team. He proceeded to publish some of that footage that showed the Buffalo Shaman and others peacefully perusing through the Capitol, being escorted by police.
Yeah,
and even having the
trespassing.
police
I don't know
I could
really
see them
why
being
this is,
charged
like,
with
such a hard concept for people
trespassing,
to understand.
but
Like, maybe this is going to make a lot of people mad, but I'm going to give my opinion on it. I think protesting in front of the Capitol is totally fine, but going
Yeah.
inside the Capitol and messing stuff up and going into people's offices, this seems really problematic and bad. And it doesn't
Yeah.
matter if people on some of the security cameras appeared peaceful. The truth is that stuff got stolen,
Yeah,
things got
yeah,
messed up,
that's true.
etc. And like that doesn't just happen whenever you have a bunch of random people go in there. So yeah, I think January 6th was an L. I do. I think it was an
but
L.
I think it was also blown out of proportion. Like, let's be real
Like,
here.
and I said the same thing about like people that were doing like all those like you know, those protests and shit. It was a riot. Like a lot of those were riots. Like they're burning down buildings and shit. I thought both
there's
of
a
these
big
things
difference.
were really bad.
Yeah,
I don't support either one of them.
It's bad, dude. But
they're
like,
awful. I don't know why.
People, burning down
like,
people's
they go
businesses
through
and
such
shit,
lengths.
and
They're doing like mental gymnastics,
walking around
to justify why
the Capitol
destroying
and like
other people's property
stealing some
is somehow
staplers
morally
and shit.
justified because they're aggrieved by the system enough.
Isn't as bad, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
if they burned down,
yeah, I mean, the moment that you're taking stuff out of the building, you're breaking things, you're knocking things over. Because like I think that it's very obvious, like the January 6th thing probably was not just this massive riot where like everybody was getting shot. I mean, this wasn't like the Revolutionary War.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that there were not negative things that happened. And
there are definitely
I
negative
think like
things
the police
that
should be the ones held accountable for this a lot too.
Yeah, they're definitely.
Both of these things are bad. I don't know why. Like,
yeah, they're
why
both
people
bad. I don't know why
so hard to deny what's obvious.
That's true. That's true. Because people will make an argument that it wasn't as bad as like,
open doors for them. Therefore,
I think it was
Tucker Carlson is a threat to the January 6th narrative, which poses a major threat to their agenda. Next reason. Tucker Carlson platforms Trump. Several weeks ago, Tucker Carlson did a sit-down interview.
I'm retarded, dude. What was we at? We're at 982, baby. 982.
But you know what I think is going to happen?
Dude, probably nothing. More burning and looting. I don't know. Maybe
just
nothing,
like the first
dude.
Time.
I mean, a lot of shit happened the first time.
Nothing's going to happen.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, man.
He's going to do his 4 years. There's going to be a lot
of
drama.
So.
At the end of the 4 years,
I don't really care if he wins.
Hillary's not going to be in jail. Joe's not going to be in jail.
That's true. Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Nobody is going to be in
jail. Though.
The wall's not going to be built, and nothing's going to change.
I mean,
that's what I really think.
But if we could get some of the wall built, I don't know.
I don't think it's going to be some like it's not going to be probably some massive super disaster, and it's probably not going to be some, you know, reckoning where the patriots finally take back control from the globalist elite. I just think it's going to be 4 years of the same shit.
It's going to be another 4 years of the same shit. It might be a little bit better though. Let's be real, dude.
Are the fucking news people, because oh my god,
they're going to have more shit to complain about. They're going to be able to like
Trump wins again.
Yeah. Trump is a godsend to people in the news and stuff.
I do. I think so.
Yeah, I mean, he already won once,
but
right?
Like the DeSantis Disney thing made DeSantis look bad, I think. In the eyes of most
true.
People.
The Disney deal
and
for DeSantis.
A lot of people like Disney. And then also,
Trump
got like indicted, and it makes him like a martyr. And you have like, oh, big surprise. Like,
I mean, they didn't.
A whole culture of people, and like a voting block of people. And
pretty racist.
Like a massive percentage of them are religious, and their main religious icon is some sort of a martyr, like Jesus. Like the imagery is there, like it plays right into itself. That's what's going to happen. I think Trump will get it again. And then Trump drama farming? Yeah, hopefully. We'll see what happens. Who's Judas? Mike Pence.
Mike,
President Trump spoke his mind rather eloquently
I guess that kind of makes
to the
sense.
Fox
Oh my
viewers,
god,
raising
dude,
many
what the
concerns
fuck
about
is
the
that
agenda
shit?
that
Oh my
is
god,
currently venomizing America. Then
lagged
consider
the fuck
that
out,
Rupert
dude.
Murdoch, the owner of Fox, had previously said he will not support Trump's bid for re-election, nor will Fox News. And Tucker Carlson was unfaithful
this
to
dude's
that
mage
agenda
attack, dude.
with
For
his
the love of
journalism.
fucking god,
Next reason.
Yeah, I think that's probably
have to
true,
pray
right?
mage.
I mean, if the guy that runs the company doesn't want to do that, then yeah, that's definitely.
I'm just getting chunked out all the time.
Definitely a problem for sure. I mean,
again,
I'm
just getting the worst
if Fox
RNG
News
from
and CNN, if they don't want to cover the things that people want to see, people will just look somewhere else. And you're already seeing this happen, where like mainstream news has tried to kind of like keep things out of sight and out of mind.
I kind of want to try my.
And at a certain point, people just go somewhere else to find
Armadale, right?
Because like it's a matter of like degree, and if you push it too far, then people
could use Slayer Helm though. I wish I could get a Blue Dragon task. That would be.
Fox was
legit.
Recently ordered to pay nearly $800 million in a settlement with the good people at Dominion for raising suspicious questions about their suspicious systems. Tucker Carlson was not one of the people speaking out against what we're not allowed to talk about. Therefore, we at the media are trying to sweep his firing under that rug. Because we
by the way, I'm not really a big, like, I don't know a lot about the Dominion stuff. Like, I voted,
Bro,
if you want my hot take on the election is, I think the only evidence for it being rigged is the fact that it was so close. I expected Trump to lose by a landslide. A massive amount. I was shocked that he did not lose by an even larger amount.
Really?
Like after COVID and everything, like, because the thing is, everybody thought Trump, it was his fault for COVID. A lot of people thought that. Millions, tens of millions of people thought that it was his fault.
People thought it was because of Trump.
Yeah, like, I was surprised it was so close. I do find it to be annoying now that every election that will happen from now on will be rigged.
Yeah, that is true.
I think you're dumb enough to fall for it. And if you are dumb enough to fall for it, that means you won't be asking any more questions. So it was probably
the Dominion voting machines
and the final possible reason why Fox fired Tucker Carlson is because in recent weeks, he had a guest on his show, presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr.
Oh, yeah,
like a fascist, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. stands against tyranny and therefore has been widely outspoken.
Like, I'm only taking like 20s,
was this the dude that said that COVID was
bro,
as fake as Kim Kardashian's ass? Or was that another guy?
COVID is as fake as Kim Kardashian's ass. God damn.
No, okay, that was somebody else? All right, I thought so. Yeah, I didn't know if it was him or not. Yeah.
That's funny, though.
Against the corruption in the government with their corporately captured agencies.
Okay.
And he's been rather outspoken against the Nuremberg Code violating pharmaceutical companies. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been enough of a threat to the establishment and their agenda that he even earned a place on Biden's list of top 12 spreaders of misinformation online.
What's this here? 12 influencers are behind most anti-vax hoaxes on social media. Surprising research reveals. I find it to be very funny that a politician is referred to as an influencer in the same way that somebody who plays Fortnite is. I think that is fucking hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
List of top 12 spreaders of
Pfizer did this research, by the way. Yeah, guys, totally. I don't know.
Online. Then when you consider that approximately 75% of Fox News revenue comes from pharmaceutical advertisements, you can imagine that there's simply nothing to see here. There never is. On the day of Tucker's firing, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. posted this thought on Twitter, which the establishment originally had him deplatformed from, but unfortunately, Elon gave him his voice back. Fox fires Tucker Carlson 5 days after he crosses the red line by acknowledging that the TV networks pushed a deadly and ineffective to please their pharma
You can't say it on Twitter or on YouTube because sometimes they'll block it.
You buy Pfizer. Sponsored by Pfizer. Buy Pfizer.
It is interesting,
Pfizer.
Carlson's breathtakingly correct.
I think that they made a mistake by banning everybody who thought the vaccines were fake, because I think that what happened is that now everybody believes that they were fake because there was such a concerted effort to remove people that said that they weren't.
Yeah, dude, they went
said
like
that they were.
crazy to remove
the
people
opposite effect,
saying that like the vaccine was fake or whatever.
Voice,
like,
it's like once people get shut down enough for talking about it, other people will perceive that as in like, oh, well,
a ton of people got shut down.
They're
so
talking
it's like,
about it,
that
and that means that it's true.
Fuck, dude. Yeah. They like went the opposite way with that.
Streisand effect? Yeah, I think that's what ended up happening.
Oh, way too hard.
Outrageous April 19th monologue broke TV's two biggest rules. Tucker told the truth about how greedy pharma advertisers controlled TV news content, and he lambasted obsequious newscasters for promoting jobs they knew to be lethal and worthless. For many years, Tucker has had the nation's largest audience, averaging 3.5 million viewers, 10 times the size of CNN. Fox just demonstrated the terrifying power of big pharma.
Well, it's just money, really. CNN only gets 350,000 views. That's less than Ludwig.
Yeah, what? CNN only 350,000, huh?
Like every video Ludwig does gets more than that. What the fuck are they doing? How do they make any money?
Bro, they make money by
just, what the how's it even
possible? I don't know actually how they make money.
TV channels
only
are dying. Yeah, I wonder why.
50,000 views. Yeah, Jesus. TV is a dead medium, dude. Let's be real. In response to these
extremist views of Kennedy, I say, can't we just get him deplatformed and silenced?
It's been dead for a while now, actually.
Elon does the whole free speech thing now. That's so unconstitutional. Which brings up the bonus reason.
A lot of people are very upset about Elon not banning people from Twitter. I think that it's been better that nobody gets banned from Twitter now.
Yeah.
Because you have dumbass people, and you can see that they're dumb. I think being able to see that somebody's a dumbass,
it makes way more sense to not ban a whole bunch of people off of there.
Where they're like, they're pushing some fucking agenda. I remember, like, there was one guy, he made a tweet, and it was about how the moon landing was fake, and it was a Mid-Journey AI video, or a picture of Stanley Kubrick on the moon in, like, a Hollywood fucking studio. But it was made with AI.
I definitely have to move out.
And this dude posted it as if it was fucking
ridiculous.
Real. And it's like the best thing for everybody to see is how fucking wrong he is.
Can't do this shit.
Not shutting him up, to see how fucking wrong he is.
Tucker's firing.
Hilarious.
He also recently
this is all they do all fucking day, dude, is show like
a man
this.
Who has earned his rightful place in the crosshairs of the establishment as their agenda necessitates the
so I haven't been streaming lately, to be honest.
Now, which of these reasons, aside from all of them,
I guess I should go take care of this fucking kid since, like, you know, we have two fucking grown-ass adults in here that can't fucking do it for some reason.
Because Fox's statement says that they agreed to part ways, while an insider on Tucker Carlson's team says, no, they absolutely fired him. But we think it's most accurate to go with the dishonest...
I think they probably just got rid of him because of the lawsuit. It's that simple.
Yeah, I don't know, man, because that's like a lot of money that they're losing for that, right? Alright, guys, hold on a sec. I'm gonna, like, put on some, like, music or some shit. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna go fucking see what the fuck is going on out there, dude. This is pretty fucking ridiculous. Let me see if I can find something. Do fair use music, huh? I honestly don't even know. If any of this shit is fair use or whatever. It says fair use, but I don't know if I 100% believe that shit. Fuck, dude. That's what I'm doing right now. If people weren't yelling in the other room, friggin' screaming. No, I'm fucking doing commentary on a video right now. I'm streaming live right now while fucking you guys are friggin' screaming in the background, making a kid cry and shit. So that's super nice. I appreciate that, but we'll figure it out, I guess. I'm probably gonna go back to a nighttime streaming schedule, dude. I'll probably stream at night because I don't know what the fuck their deal is, dude. They always got problems. Jesus fucking Christ. Trying to tell me I downloaded games on the other computer. Why would I download games on the other computer? I have this computer to download games on. I downloaded VS Code, fucking Unity, deal to make like games and stuff, dude. Like it's not like a game deal, you know what I mean? Like it's just like, dude, my it's not my fault you're ignorant of what programs are, dude. You can like Google this shit, dude. Like you have a phone, you have a literal fucking smart computer in your freaking hand, dude. And everybody freaks the fuck out when they can't figure out something instead of just like Googling and like do some research, dude. You have like literally the something with more information than the Library of Alexandria, dude. Like in the fucking palm of your hand every fucking day, and nobody can fucking like Google or look anything up. It's fucking crazy, dude. It's fucking crazy. Alright, we're gonna fucking continue this video now. I'm gonna turn this down a bit. We're gonna keep this playing in the background just to drown out that other bullshit, but we're gonna continue reacting to the real reason why Fox fired Tucker Carlson.
So the reason why Tucker Carlson is no longer on Fox News is because they mutually agreed to part ways. And for Tucker Carlson's future, whether he starts his own media company or
I think
joins
Tucker Carlson will
forces
be
with
better
another
off
outlet that allows journalism
with his own
that
deal
destroys
anyways.
America by destroying our agenda to
Like,
destroy
why the hell
America,
not, you know?
we look forward to seeing what Tucker does
I think
next.
the dude will do just
He'll
fine.
obviously fail because nobody can succeed without being corporately controlled.
He'll probably
And of
just start a
course,
podcast like
nobody
everybody
wants to
else,
watch
dude.
Tucker, as evidenced by his 3.5 million nightly viewers.
It'll be fine.
Even
He'll
the
be
video
okay.
that he did on Twitter, the Tucker Carlson video on Twitter, let me see if I can find this. It actually got a crazy amount of views. Let me see.
Yeah, I think he's gonna kill it.
This was nuts.
Yeah, I think he's doing
Look at this shit.
just fine, dude.
79
I don't think it's gonna be a problem
views.
at all. 79 million?
Almost
Holy
80.
shit.
What the fuck, dude?
Bro, for a
That is
Twitter
insane.
video, dude, that's crazy. Elon kind of
Holy
like
shit.
Like I know a lot of
idea
people
there were
be
that many people
like
that watched
shitting on
him.
Twitter and stuff, but like 80 million views on Twitter, dude? On fucking Twitter?
You're not ready for it.
Whew. I am not ready for Eve, dude. I tried playing Eve, man. That shit is complicated as hell, dude.
Other news,
like running out of
people
gas
in
and
Ukraine
shit
are
and my
rejoicing
spaceship.
while Americans
Fuck
are
that,
depressed
dude.
over Joseph R. Biden officially announcing that he'll be running for re-election in 2024. And to shield the public from all things
Bro,
Biden,
I'm sure
the DNC has also announced they will
run
not
for
be
re-election
holding
even though
any
he's dead,
primary
dude. Like, let's
debates.
be real.
Lucky for his opponents, because I'm sure Joe and his track record would have.
Wait, what?
I don't know. I feel like he kind of needed to be president, I guess, for 4 years.
They will not be holding any primary debates.
Wait, what?
Is that true? The DNC
There's no
plans
that can't be
primary
true.
debates, as though there are no other candidates, no other ideas we should discuss about ways to win in 24, or other ideas we should discuss about ways to repair the country.
Whoa.
Too many people are too smart to accept this. Yeah, is this really true or not? Let me see.
That can't be true.
Well, it doesn't appear the Democratic Party will organize any primary debates to help its 2024 presidential candidate. This is the norm when an incumbent from either major party is seeking re-election. Thus, it is misleading to claim that the party has moved to cancel debates, firstly because it had none scheduled, secondly because the Democrats are acting within an established precedent. I do think they should have debates.
Bro, I hope they have debates,
I do.
dude.
I feel like I
It's
feel
a
like the Joe
crazy-
Biden like saying a bunch of
It's
like
a
random
crazy
shit, like, not
article,
understanding what he's
dude.
saying. I mean, he looks like he's lost half the time. I mean, this is like the Emperor's new clothes. Let's just call it for what it is.
He's like shaking people's hands that
Like,
aren't even on stage and stuff. He just like turns to the side and he's like, yeah,
again, he could probably
good
win
job.
the debates,
And then he
right?
just like walks off.
No problem.
Lucky for his opponents, because I'm sure Joe and his track
This is a
record would
joke,
have
dude.
performed very well. When you start degrading election integrity by manipulating the public's perception via withholding the candidates from openly debating, you know you have
That's
nothing to
crazy.
work
They
with.
don't
Nowhere
plan to
else
do
does it allow
debates.
primary debate.
Somebody brought the point
We'll
up,
see.
which is
We'll
very
see what
accurate
happens.
in chat, that Trump didn't have any primary debates in 2020. Were there a lot of people trying to challenge Trump? It's hard to say. And usually, yeah, I remember, like, it's not like we had any Democrat debates in 2012. right? So, I don't know. I think with Biden, it's a little bit more unique.
Yeah, I mean, but
Russia,
I feel like it's
North
different
Korea,
as well.
and Venezuela. And lastly, Elon took a break from trying to destroy democracy by trying to preserve free speech in order to launch the world's largest rocket ship into space. In a rather expensive fireworks display, the rocket never reached space as it exploded shortly after takeoff, which proves space is fake, there is no moon, and the Earth is flat.
I knew it.
That's it for tonight's news. Based on Tucker Carlson's stellar performance and top ratings, he obviously deserved to be fired because he wasn't doing a good job. It has nothing to do with his pursuit of truth and reality being a threat to a globalist agenda.
That's on
because
the dollar
remember,
bill.
Don Lemon was fired on the same day. These things just happen. Don't ask any questions. And be warned what will happen to you if you step out of line too. Good night.
Could you imagine firing a black dude, bro? I feel like
using magnesium breakthrough, I've lost 75 pounds of fat, put on 10 pounds of intelligence, and achieved complete enlightenment.
It is like a little too jacked, to be honest.
I'm just kidding, but magnesium breakthrough is absolutely an integral part of my health and fitness journey. The top 2 reasons why I love magnesium breakthrough the most.
I think one thing with this is it's kind of odd whenever you have like a video that goes through and talks about how big pharma is bad, and then you have an ad about a pharmaceutical.
Yeah,
it is.
That's a little weird.
You know, like, it's kind of hard to believe this kind of stuff. I don't know.
Number 1, it helps solve my problem of stress. I used to find all my stress would accumulate, and that could be anxiety, poor peace of mind, stress from relationships, work, what's going on in the world, responsibilities. But I found using magnesium breakthrough throughout the day helps solve that problem by helping me get rid of my stress.
I kind of wish I had brought combo eats, to be honest. I feel like I'd probably like
because not many people know that in a nutrition magnesium is very potent at helping reduce stress. But you got to have all 7 potent forms of magnesium. And that's exactly what Magnesium Breakthrough delivers. The second reason why I love Magnesium Breakthrough so much is because I take my health, fitness, and energy very seriously.
So do I.
But when you're not dissipating your stress regularly, you've got elevated stress hormones in your system, and that tells your body to store body fat, burn muscle, and gives you low peace of mind. After regularly using Magnesium Breakthrough, I've noticed a difference. And if you'd like to give Magnesium Breakthrough a chance to see how it works for you, for reducing your stress, giving you more peace of mind and a balanced body, just go to magnesiumbreakthrough.com/JP and use the discount code AWAKEN. And our friends at
My mom used to always order this kind of stuff.
Care of you.
I've always been like super afraid to take any sort of medicine at all. Like, I mean, the odds are like it might work for some people, it might not work for others. I think that's for a lot of things. I'm just like, I'm so weird about like taking medicine and shit. It's not medicine.
Those are the first kill
there's
too,
a lot of
huh?
things that are natural that you probably shouldn't be taking too, though, right? I mean, like, isn't
that did
arsenic
not...
natural? Like, I don't know.
No way! It didn't let me pick that up. I don't know what's going on
There's
there.
plenty of things that are natural that are not good. Mercury, yeah, mercury is natural. I probably shouldn't be taking that. So I'm very much like weird
Probably
about taking
not.
medicine.
Probably not.
Terrible example. Oh, maybe it is. I don't know. Like, again, I get worried about this kind of stuff. I do think in the video, like, he brought up like some okay
There we
points
go.
overall.
This kill's feeling really good.
I'm
We're
not sure
speeding through
exactly,
it.
like, just because these large companies have like subsidiaries, this means that the large companies are calling the shots at those companies that they have subsidiaries of.
I mean,
like, for example,
I don't know if they
BlackRock
necessarily
owns, like, everything, right? Why do they own everything? It's because they just have investments in it. It doesn't mean they're making decisions and telling them what to do every day. But it also doesn't mean that they're not either. It's just, I don't think that there's enough evidence to be certain of that. I also
don't think
that,
it's an everyday
you know, in terms of, like,
thing. I think
status
it's
quo, I think Tucker
more...
Carlson probably did that more in the past like year than he had before then, in terms of like towing, I guess, like the traditional Republican line. So yeah, I could see how that probably would make sense. But I think the main reason why Tucker Carlson got fired was probably because of the lawsuit that cost Foxo almost $1 billion. And I think also a reason why didn't Dominion not take them all the way to court? And I think maybe one of the reasons for that is because they said they would have fired Tucker Carlson. I think that very much there is a chance that the reason why it didn't go, yeah, it got settled. I think the reason why it got settled, Tucker Carlson very much could have
this
been
ice breath,
sacrificial
dude,
lamb.
at this moment.
That is
You know
the
what? Even though they
simplest
took him to
answer in my
court for,
mind.
all right, Asman, shut the fuck up.
I don't know.
But I don't know, man. I don't know
sense.
about that as well. Like, I feel like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense that, like, they probably would have settled.
Well, Fox News, you know,
with that opportunity, but at the same time, I feel like you kind of eat the bullet on that, and it's not as big of a deal because with the views that he was getting and whatnot,
it's baseless conjecture.
he kind of makes all that money back for them, right?
It's all baseless conjecture. Like, we don't know
it's
what
not
the fuck
really
is going on. We have no idea.
That big of a deal, 100%, right? Like they get all that money back from like the views.
But you don't want to get your shoes
that the
wet.
dude,
Easy. Using cryo on large bodies of water.
By the way, you brought up Jesus fucking Christ, shut the fuck up. I feel like, oh dude, I already used it. Shit. All right, hold up. Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit different for that because the dude can like make that money back, right? Like Tucker gets to make that money back technically. Over time, I feel like with all the views and stuff. But yeah, if they can like mitigate the amount that they have to pay by fire him by like a decent enough amount, I guess they'd probably take that. And then also when he said that like they're not making day-to-day decisions, I kind of like agree with that as well. But I think it's also a little crazy to think that like the funding that you know the investment that these people have in these subsidiary companies doesn't allow them some kind of like ability to influence like the overall trend of like what they decide to sell or the agenda they decide to push, right? Like and the company line that they need to toe to some degree, right? Like I mean, if you look at BlackRock and they own like, you know, say fucking 60% of the fucking companies, right? Like, I mean, you're kind of like, yeah, I mean, they don't just like, you know, control everything that goes on day to day, but they have enough investment in these companies that if they pulled their money out, you would be kind of fucked, right? Like, they could literally influence like the overall uh business itself. So I feel like, you know, there is that as well. Like maybe it isn't a day-to-day thing and it's probably unlikely that it's a day-to-day thing. But I do think there's enough influence there that like if something were to come up that they needed to push, I feel like they would probably be able to do it pretty easily due to the
like
funding and
Muslims
influence that
Jews,
they have
dude,
in
I
it.
sit at synagogues and talk to rabbis all the time, pick their brains. I sit with Muslim people. They're the most peaceful people. We went to Saudi Arabia.
Right? I want you to say it right now.
Who's right?
Whose God is real?
My God is real in my eyes.
Not Allah.
I don't believe.
Oh, just say whose God is real right now. So like he's literally trying to cause division. You know what I think the problem is? I think Logan Paul is on at least like 1 liter of estrogen. Cause this dude is emotional as. All right,
God is right, bro.
I think you know at this point, Logan Paul is a scumbag. This guy had me fooled for years. I thought he changed from his whole Japanese forest situation. You know, he became best friends with KSI.
Bro. Yeah,
he went on this epic redemption arc, and recently something's happened. 2 absolute banger videos have been released that completely destroyed Logan Paul in a matter of a day. And now almost unanimously, the entire internet hates him. So this is his crypto scam from a while back.
CryptoZoo.com.
Yo, that CryptoZoo shit was fucking crazy, dude.
It's a really
I feel like
game that makes you money.
I do not like
what a
him
game!
at all,
a game that makes you money.
but I do feel like
it's
a little unfair.
Right?
Oh yeah, no, very legit.
Because like almost every celebrity and influencer and shit were like had some kind of scam that they were doing with crypto, right? Like
I lost $25,000.
almost all of them.
$120,000.
So it's a little unfair to hate on him for that shit, because like
right,
it was just like
Josh. I mean,
what everybody was doing at the time. He was kind of
my
just
man,
like,
I feel sorry for you, honestly. But listen, this is like Logan Paul, okay? This guy has like credibility. He's established like a million things. He's boxing, wrestling, prime hydration, like all of this. And he has a huge like audience. So obviously people are gonna trust him. Now, should full-grown men be betting into Logan Paul's crypto project? Probably not.
Today, we're investigating Logan Paul's CryptoZoo, a blockchain game that made millions but never worked. Some of you guys think you know the story, but it goes so much deeper. I've uncovered sociopaths, billionaires, fake orphans, Did I mention
Batman? Batman was in there? Holy. Okay, and this is CoffeeZilla kind of like confronting Logan Paul's manager, asking, "Hey, is this a scam or is it not?" Like
Logan Paul's
it's clearly
manager,
a scam,
a guy
and
named
then Logan Paul
Levin.
manager's like, "I'm
He
gonna
might be
sue
just
you if
what
you
we
say
need
something."
to settle this whole thing. So I gave him a call.
His response was
Hey Jeff,
terrible, dude.
sorry to bother you. This is
I would
Steven with
fire that dude
CoffeeZilla. I'm
so
calling
fast,
because
dude.
I've heard reports that
You really
CryptoZoo
fucked that
hasn't
up.
paid their development team, and I'm just reaching out for comment.
I have no comment for it.
Okay, are you guys denying it, or are you saying it's not true?
Just no comment. I don't think that the
No comment, bro. I'd be like, nah, dude. Of course,
Okay,
of course, it's
no
not
comment.
a scam. We've been making it.
Then
no
make
comment.
a comment.
You know,
I think your
let
comment
me
should
go ahead and
be,
talk to
hey,
Logan
no, we're
Paul
not
about
scamming
it. You know,
people.
let me
But the
just
fact
send
that
him
you
a
said no
message real
comment
quick.
is
Like,
literally, this is
no
like that
comment
cut,
is
truth, or drink game, where
crazy.
instead of answering a yes or no question, they drink. Like, it's a yes or no
Yeah, you
question.
take a drink. It's like you just said the answer through drinking.
Because they're saying $1 million
Like,
hasn't
bro.
been paid in development for CryptoZoo.
What a
And Logan Paul
terrible
said
dude.
publicly that it has been paid. So, I mean, it's pretty serious accusation, and obviously, I don't want to just run a
I
story.
don't really want this
You
music
guys
in
have
the
a whole
background.
side
Though.
to
I know,
your
but
story here.
your job as someone that is reporting news is to actually verify correct news.
Right, that's why I'm calling you.
Yeah, yeah.
No, and that's legal.
That's why I'm on the phone
grounds
with
for
a
that
manager
stuff. So I'm
of
just telling
Logan Paul.
legally, you have to report correct news with verifiable information.
Right, that's why I'm calling.
He just repeats it. Yeah,
That's why I'm calling you, bro.
calling
What?
the
I just want you to know, as a
the
news
manager.
guy,
Are you not the man-
actually
you should
have
been
to
like, yo,
report
are
the
you sure
correct
you're the manager?
information. This guy calls him, hey, what is the
Dude.
correct information? No
You
comment!
should have asked for
You can have the
customer
evidence you
support,
want, but
dude. Jesus
I'm just letting
Christ.
you know, if you
Can
report
I talk to
anything
your
on us,
manager? You
I
should have got the
appreciate your
manager
business.
of
I
Logan
appreciate
Paul's
you as a
manager. You know,
person.
is what you should have done. You should have went
You
over
as
the
a person,
manager's
bro.
head there.
The guy
just
trying
telling
to
you.
expose me, I appreciate you.
Jesus
You know, from a legal
Christ.
standpoint, as we've been advised always, is if anybody reports fake news, that's
We
where
sue 'em.
we won't, you know.
Yeah, this call was a mess. Jeff,
Whew.
Logan's manager, seems to be implying that I'm not allowed to repeat
Jeff
allegations
is,
his own development team made, even though
Jeff is gonna
Logan
be
can
looking
go on
for a new
podcasts
job
and
here
publicly
soon. He's
accuse
got
those
to.
developers of stealing his code.
If I
Not
was
only
Logan
that,
Paul,
he's
dude,
the
I
one
would
who
have fired that
refuses to
dude so
provide
quick.
any evidence.
Dude, that guy was a straight NPC, bro. He had one
Yeah.
dialogue. Legally,
dialogue
you can
option,
only
dude.
tell the truth, but I won't tell you what the truth is.
Yeah, that guy actually might be a bot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he
It's
might actually
Skyrim
just be,
NPC,
like
bro.
some really like mediocre AI that's trying to.
I don't know.
understand
Maybe
what he's
Logan
saying.
Paul's
If it
just
doesn't
cutting
understand it,
corners, and
there's
he
no
like
comment.
hired
You
a chat
refuse to give me
GPT
proof that
bot.
the allegations aren't true.
I feel like even a chat
Here are
GPT
3
bot
reasons
would
why
be
you should buy a
able
new
to
gaming
like
PC
give you
from
better
Build Redux.
better
1, we offer the best
answers than
pricing
that
on
dude
quality
than
gaming PCs.
Manager
2,
Jeff
our
gave
team
you.
will build and optimize your gaming.
All right, dude.
But
Yeah,
if I
that's
report on
great.
the allegations,
Just gonna
you
skip
guys
that
might
commercial.
sue.
No,
Bro.
no, I did not say that. I did
Yeah?
not.
All right,
Once again,
I'm trying to read
no
between the
comment.
lines.
Don't read between the lines.
Okay.
Listen
Maybe
to
I'm
the
not
exact words that I'm
understanding.
saying.
Okay.
Listen to
Because
the exact words that I'm saying.
Oh my god. He's AI,
Don't
dude.
comment on the
This is
situation.
the AI
Chill,
we've been
bro.
told to
Your job
we need to
legally
worry about. This is the
Yep,
one we need
this
to
is the
fear.
one.
is to report facts. If you don't report facts on the information you're given, it is illegal.
Yes, that was a real conversation with a real.
That's the most, dude. That was the most insane conversation I've seen, dude. Right. So basically, Logan Paul, blah blah blah, crypto scam. I don't really want to get into it. You can watch this long
The higher
video.
the daily.
But I do want to get into part number 2. Logan
And I
Paul
really don't wanna cut
exposes
into my
himself
profits
on
like
his
this,
own
but-
podcast, where he
I'm on his
mocks
own
his friend
podcast.
George, who believes in religion, right? He believes in Jesus Christ. Yeah, Logan Paul apparently can't even have a conversation with a Christian. It's like completely physically impossible for him. Here's the dislikes on the video. 64K dislikes.
Oh.
Absolutely disgusting way
They
to talk
showed.
about someone's religion, especially
That's
a
really
friend
not
who you
even that
love.
bad, to be
Shameful.
honest.
Because I'll be honest with you, bro. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Genuinely, I know people that hate me. That
You know, okay, right off the bat, okay, you can only say this type of shit in America, right? You go to Dubai and say that about their god, you will literally get thrown in prison
Yeah,
and brought
they will
for
murder
life.
you.
Like you
No,
can't
the
say that.
firelighters,
Like
I
they have
wanted
like
those
zero respect.
firelighters.
Like doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. just the fact that other people do, you gotta have some respect, dude. What the hell is this? Like,
yeah, it's also like the context. Like, if Logan said that with a friend who he knew wouldn't care about it, then okay. Like,
Yeah.
but he did. He said that on his public podcast to his friend that he knows deeply cares about that, and that is like an integral part of his life. It's just like social awareness
These
and
are just not
context.
buying.
Dude,
I'm
that
just
is
like,
completely irrelevant to Logan Paul. I mean, you've seen his Japan tirades, and he is
Yeah,
the exact same
fair,
person. If you look, if that was one offhand comment,
God
obviously anyone can
damn,
forgive
only
that, but he
almost
goes on for like
8.3K
the entire hour of the podcast.
Genuinely, I know people that hate me, that
We're
treat
gonna
me
do this as
better
cheap as
about my faith than
possible.
you
I don't
and my
want to
best
spend
friend.
money.
So like one that really hurt me.
Your best
Shit,
friend should
dude.
never be Logan Paul. Just saying, never. Like,
Yeah, probably
told me I need a
not.
therapist because I
Alright,
believe in Jesus.
let's
I just
do a
am
quick.
definitely questioning
Hold up.
why we have to perpetuate a belief that is silly. I think it's a silly practice to engage in, and I think it
I'm gonna
deserves
just do
satire.
like my herb
Because I'll be
run.
yeah, that's what it was.
I shouldn't have labeled
satire,
that
right?
farming.
Listen, you can. Okay, nobody's stopping you from being like
It should
atheist
have
or
been
like
a herb
non-believer or
run
whatever.
deal.
It's just like you don't like. It's the same practice. You don't force
It's
religion
fine.
down anyone's
I
throats,
could probably
but you
rename
also
it,
don't
huh?
force atheism down
Yeah, I
someone's
can
throat,
rename it
right?
later on.
It's like it goes both ways.
We pick on each other and other things.
So
It's totally fine. Like
I'm just
you
gonna grab
suck at
this stuff
comedy.
real
I
quick
get that.
and
Everybody
then
likes to
load
do
up
all that
the
stuff. But when it comes to religion, you have to tiptoe.
Hey, how do I, dude? I saw this dude be able to like equip
No,
this
I
stuff
don't. I
from
can talk about sensitive topics all I
from
want.
his
In fact,
inventory. He had like a one
even
click.
bodies in the forest, I can talk about it all I
yeah,
want. I don't need a tiptoe
yeah,
around
even
it.
swinging bodies. Like, no, those
Yeah.
are fair game, my friend.
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, shift left click to where? Oh my god, that's so good, dude. Oh my god. Yo. Alright, I need to remember to set that stuff whenever I redo it.
My God is real in my eyes.
Not Allah.
I guess I could equip
Look at
this.
this scumbag, bro. What kind of a guy does that? Like, oh, just say whose God is real right now. So, like, he's literally trying to cause division between different like belief systems. What the hell is?
With religion, you need to take the leap of faith. I don't know. It just seems like Logan is trying to like just
Yeah, I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Hold
It's
up.
like, dude,
And
we
then we're
all
gonna grab
spawn into a
this,
random
right? And then
existence with consciousness. Like,
and then
do
we're
you
gonna
really think that we
rename
understand anything?
this
Dude,
tag
this guy,
and call
dude,
it
it's
herb run.
hilarious because
Instead of
even
farming,
in
right?
science,
Because I'm not like actually
literally
withdrawing
every
like
couple
everything
of years,
for
we realize that everything
a
we knew
farm
about
run.
science in the past was wrong. This literally happens like every decade or something, like every century.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
the
realize
deeper
that
you go
like we
into
got
it,
some
the
shit
more you
wrong.
realize that we know nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of Muslims disagree with
But does that mean I have to disrespect their beliefs? No.
Damn, he just stamped on him in like 2 seconds, dude. Holy shit.
Power driven that you will mold past your friends and family without accidentally without knowing.
If I say something, I've said it much. Can you?
Oh, dude, you're just digging yourself into a hole.
His grave right now. That's the crazy thing about this podcast.
It's not
Yeah,
bad.
he was
We'll do something like
you
that.
have an option, you know, you have your fans will be like,
Actually,
oh, he was just
since
heated
we're
that
here,
one day.
hold up.
And now
let
you're
me
just like, I've said it
put
intentionally.
this back in
I
there.
So
hate
everything you've done is
And
intentional.
I'm gonna
yeah,
grab this stuff
literally.
out, and we're just
Yeah,
gonna
everything
Whoa,
is
sorry,
intentional.
slow cough.
shift
Insane.
Really
click.
do
Oh,
hope
dude,
was
this
just
is
some
so
crazy
cool.
oversight, right? I hope
Yeah.
this was just some.
I didn't know I could
I hope
like
that he can, like,
swap the
see why
input of
everyone's
these
upset, 'cause
like
it's not
this.
just us.
Well,
So
actually,
there are many
I
this
would
is
say that. I
pretty
would say that if
awesome.
it was just a religion thing. I don't think the crypto
So
thing's an
we're gonna
oversight.
shift
That is
click
just like,
over
hey, I'm scamming the
here.
out of you. You know?
Yeah, the crypto thing is a
Get, oh,
lot
dude,
sketchier. I'm not gonna lie.
so
I'm
much
not even
better.
talking about that
There
because
is,
that is a lot.
yeah, there is
sketchier.
no shot in hell
then
he doesn't know what he's doing in the crypto space. Like, there's
Yeah,
So I
unless
could
he
swap the.
completely
So
offloaded it to another team, but you still
technically,
know that you made a
oh, I could
project.
swap
'Cause he's
shift
doing
click and.
another crypto project. That one is actually
That's a
kind of cool.
difficult
Like the
one.
99
Maybe I should
originals.
shift
It's like
click to like deposit.
Bring the D&D movie.
That'd probably be smart,
Play
huh?
out
And I
your
just
own cinematic
shift
adventures
to.
from anywhere in the world, right on.
Yeah,
all
we're
these.
just gonna
That one's actually kind
get
of
past that.
genuinely
Although that
cool.
kind of
But
looked
he's completely
interesting.
abandoned another one
Should have
that
checked
his
it out.
fans, the people who give him
Oh,
the
hold up.
platform,
I
have put a
messed
lot
up,
of
dude.
money
I
into. It's
messed
his
up.
duty, his
We need one more
responsibility
item in
to
here.
at least make sure that there is
Need
something
this item
there.
real quick.
He's completely abandoned
Okay.
it, which is.
and like all the victims there, they literally lost.
Swap
One guy
left
lost
click
half
to
a million, dude. We're
where,
like,
and then like I
that's
really
so
should
nuts.
switch that
It's
to
like,
deposit.
sure, okay, sure, maybe they're
Sorry.
wealthy enough to like afford that,
Yeah.
but like I'm sure a bunch of people lost money
There we
who
go.
couldn't even afford it as well.
Yeah, it's like the
Let me go
people.
here,
Think about all the people we
here,
didn't see in the copy, because
like
like
that.
that project had a lot of exit, like a lot of liquidity, which is more than
Yeah.
those people. So it's not just the big ticket people.
Perfect.
Think about the hundreds, if probably thousands of small ticket like Logan Paul
Got a pretty
fans
good setup
put in
going
their
on
spare
now.
100, 500,
Yeah.
whatever dollars, right? Those are really the victims. The people that have the big numbers is flashy, but they can probably take the hit if they put it in.
Yeah.
It's really the people who can't take the hit who don't have the flashy number, and that's in large numbers.
And the thing is, it's even worse because like there's no way Logan Paul can hide behind like innocence or anything. Like for example, I Show Speed did the crypto scam, and everybody's like, oh, he's 17, he doesn't understand, and probably somebody took advantage of him. That is plausible, right? That's plausible. We know that Speed is a bit of an idiot, but Logan Paul, I mean, this guy literally parades around himself. Oh, I'm the logical scientist here. Like I know absolutely everything about everything. So it's like there's no
you definitely shouldn't be doing that.
Pretty much everything done, even crime is a complete like sham pretty much. If you look more days. Yeah. Okay. I want to point out that this entire podcast, George is trying to placate him the entire time. So Logan is just being like going in on him for no reason, and George is just like laughing it off, and he's like, "Oh, we can still be friends. We can still be friends," you know. And then Logan's like, "No, I hate you." Yeah. He's like, "You're a homophobic, sexist, racist Christian." Like what a man. I hate this guy.
Yeah, it's like, when is it ever a good idea
what a piece of shit.
to take the characteristics of a very large and diverse group and apply them to each individual in that group?
Yeah, that's a bit.
He's an AI bot. He's just trying to figure out what is the most likely to have the most overall positive reception, and he's just spitting out information based on that.
Which sucks ass because this guy literally talked about Pokemon cards and was successful. Like you can do anything and you do this. Like
Mike, back me on this.
Yeah, dude, that's so true.
More than I do. I don't think you guys are doing a really good job.
So true. Does that make you even worse of a person?
Are you telling me to go against Logan Paul, my absolute the guy who's PP I'm stuck on like perpetually?
You have to be very careful when you mock, or not mock even, but when you become playful with people's religions.
Yes, he was being playful. All Christians are homophobic, sexist, and racist. I'm being playful.
Yeah. Guys, I'm just being a big silly Billy right now. I plead oopsie daisy to the judge. Like, bro, come on now. Chill.
You know what's funny? He pretends like he's against religion, right? But he will only say this about Christians. Is he gonna say this about
he won't say
Islam?
that shit about Muslims and shit,
because
bro.
Twitter would shit on him. He says if you're
because
against religion, you would shit all religions, but you only pick one because you know that's the easy one to pick right now.
People feel that they've been saved, that their lives have been saved by their God, by whoever they choose to call their higher power. So you're even just questioning that, especially in the way that you do, which is never very skillful or
I love how there's like doesn't even look into his eyes, like he's right there. You can turn to his face, but he ain't gonna talk to his face, is he?
I disagree. I don't think that we have to condemn homosexuality. I don't think that we have to condemn before marriage, or a slew.
Is that what people are doing? Like, bro, that's a
small
subsection.
Small subsects of Christianity that does condemn that, but to say that is the average for like the average Christian you find will strongly go on those two things, I think is pretty absurd.
That is absurd.
Maybe if you find an empirical evidence or study that proves me wrong, I'm just using bro science right now and just my own observations. But I
you know
do
what
not
you know what I think the problem is? I think Logan Paul is on at least like 1 liter of estrogen. Because this dude is emotional as
Look, dude, that is the first time I've heard a lot of hormone accusations against Logan. It's normally like TRT or something like that. I've never heard the estrogen accusation.
I think so, dude. I mean, this dude is like actually just the most emotional motherflip on the planet.
Like, come on.
Yeah, but that's not
subscribe to a doctrine that slams homosexuality. Come on, bro. That's ridiculous. If you believe in Christianity, it's what you think.
I don't think that is the case.
See, I think this is the problem, Logan. You assume.
This is like actually just generalizing everybody, bro. This is like literally what you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, just common practice. Whenever there's a large, diverse group of individuals that kind of fall under some characteristic that you can.
I mean, unless you're driving, and then you can characterize however you like, and then it's okay, dude, because you know
what? You always yell at me about gay people. I never once talk about gay people.
Because you're subscribed
to everybody else on the road. God damn it.
Perpetuates that information.
I'm subscribed to love my neighbor.
Not everyone in your religion is.
Yeah, but
once again, just generalization.
Just because, dude, like,
that does X.
Majority of Muslims are peaceful, right? But the majority of Muslims are not the problem. It's the fanatical parts of the religion that go around blowing fucking people up and murdering people and causing terror and like beheading people and shit.
Okay.
Throwing gay people off of bridges and shit, bro. Like, yo, dude.
Is that ever not true about anything ever?
So if you want to talk about the fringes of a religion,
never heard of the word nuance in his goddamn life.
agreeing with Logan on 50% of this, but he is focusing so hard on the 50% that's insane that he can't stop talking about it.
I know it's like he has to be right. He's like this immature child who refuses to be wrong.
Where I always end up, like I'm not here to
I guess
change anyone's mind, but I'm always here
I
for
don't
conversation
know.
because I find
I
it
guess if you're
fascinating.
super immature,
I'm
it
not
kind
here
of
to
makes
change
sense
anyone's
because
mind.
it's
Just go to
like
therapy, dumbass.
a couple people
Love how
ruined it
God
for
is
everybody, right?
casting the
Like
holy light on him right now.
we'll make rules
my
because
God.
Let us know
a
your
subsect
thoughts.
of people
Really, like, what is with
decided
this
to
guy?
decided to fucking do these fucking crazy, despicable things. Really, EVE Online again, huh? That's crazy, dude. I guess I'd rather take EVE Online than
season of this, and it was so good,
than
It was so, I
Albion,
loved
dude.
it.
I got like
I
fucking I've
thought
seen
it was
like 20 or 30
amazing.
goddamn
what
fucking
happened.
Albion commercials.
What's
I'm
up,
so tired of
everyone?
hearing
It's
about
Endymion, and recently, as
an
I'm sure
MMO
you're
open
aware,
world
Netflix
sandbox
has begun their media
game
campaign around The Witcher
run by
Season 3.
players.
And while I'll be covering many aspects of what's been going on surrounding this latest season, I also kind of want to rant a little if you'll permit me to do so. But before that, let's talk about what's been shown thus far. Firstly, we have
The first season was amazing.
Although fans have been quick to point out that Geralt is somewhat covered and brushed aside, the poster, which is to keep going, this scene will unfortunately continue. Also, it was announced that season.
I think that kind of makes sense for them to want to phase him out as being the main character if they know he's not going to be on the show. Like logically, it makes sense.
Yeah.
3 will be split into 2 parts. The only reason why studios do this to their shows is to have their projects stay longer in the...
You see, like, this is, I think, another issue, is that people wanted the characters to look like the characters in the game.
Yeah.
Like, I guarantee you,
there was
lot
a good
of the
reference
criticism for like, let's say, The Witcher...
I wouldn't say they have
about
to be
half of it would have been gone if they had Yennefer played by Kate Beckinsale whenever she was in Underworld.
Ooh,
like half of the critics, like any complaint you would have had about the show would have been gone.
Yo, but you know what? I think
that.
the chick that they had play Yennefer was really good.
To build hype in order to
I liked the beginning where she was like an ugly duckling, and then she uses like her magic to get all like super hot and shit.
A good example of this strategy working would be Stranger Things Season 4. They left the fan base on a cliffhanger with Part 1, which put everyone into a frenzy with theories, and once hype was through the roof, they dropped the second part, and the starved fan base devours it like a pack of wolves being thrown a Swiss chalet rotisserie chicken. It's a sound strategy, but I honestly don't think it'll work for The Witcher like it did for Stranger Things for, well, obvious reasons.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
And according to
the dog,
Intelligence, who regularly has scoops on all things Witcher, they have apparently been given insights and even leaked scripts of the upcoming season. According to them, they also know what Henry Cavill's final scene will be as Geralt as well, and it's...
I wonder if they're gonna like kill him or what's gonna happen. I don't even know. Maybe they'll do like a time skip to explain why he looks different whenever the other guy plays him.
Well,
I have no idea.
I mean,
like,
there could be a time
skip,
but okay, god damn it. Jesus fucking Christ, Asmund. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna kill him or not, like, because The Witcher is just like a class of like people, right? Like they're like imbued with like power or something like that. There's some kind of ritual deal that goes on, and they like make Witchers. So like the Witcher isn't even like we just follow a certain Witcher. I'm pretty sure, right? Geralt. He's just like a somewhat famous Witcher. He was just like the prevalent Witcher of the time. He was a really good one, right? So we don't even like. So like technically, they could fill it in with anybody and just say that they're going to like a different Witcher, right? Like a different different Witcher, because the Witcher isn't exactly like a single person. It's like what they are, right? What they've been made into to fight the monsters or whatever. The monster to fight the monsters or some crazy shit like that, right? So they can just put whoever the fuck they want in there and just be like, oh, well, we're switching. But how? Yeah, I mean, like, but like, it does follow a specific Witcher, huh? I mean, that's why his name's Geralt of Rivia, you know? But I guess they could just switch it. They could just switch it completely up and do follow a different Witcher. Because the dude that was with him in the beginning of... You know what? I don't know if he was in... Yeah, he was in the beginning of the TV show, I'm pretty sure. The same dude from the game, from Witcher 3, right? Like, I'm pretty sure it was like the same kind of like opening deal where they were like both together. I could be wrong. I could be mixing up the game and the show. But I could have sworn there was another Witcher with the dude, like the fatter dude that's like all jolly and shit, like his homeboy, and they go to the tavern together and shit like that, and... I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. He's definitely in the game.
Witcher 3. And also Witcher 2. Like, I didn't really understand how much of a thought Triss was. Until I read about it, or I, like, watched a video about it. And apparently, like, Triss and Yennefer were friends. And Triss knew that Geralt lost his memories. And she got with him knowing that he was supposed to be dating Yennefer. And she didn't give a fuck. Yeah, don't care shot. Like, that is, bro. That is, what the fuck? That's crazy. Oh my god.
101, dude.
Yoink, yeah.
Bittersweet to say the least. Geralt will end the season by rejecting his profession, where a supporting character will call out yelling Witcher, to which Geralt will reply, no, no more. Before people get mad about this, it should be said that in the Witcher novel, The Tower of the Swallow, Geralt does reject his position as a Witcher for a time as well. As it is book accurate to have Geralt forego this, and in the novels, even Geralt's Witcher medallion melts in the fire as he renounces his duties during that book. However, whether the scenario that leads up to this is similar, I obviously can't say yet since the season isn't available yet. And according to showrunner,
yeah, I'm gonna have to. We might play some Witcher 3, dude.
As Geralt will be his heroic send.
I have the game. I've never beaten it, to be completely honest.
Geralt's big turn is about giving up neutrality and doing anything.
I don't think it was. I don't think she was that bad as like Yennefer.
It's the most heroic send off that we could have, even though it wasn't written to be
dude
that.
from Underworld
Geralt
back
has
in the
a new
day.
mission in mind when we come back to him
great
in season 4.
Yennefer.
He's a slightly different Geralt than we expected.
God,
by the way, that's an understatement. And
I am definitely
slightly different is an.
Well, yeah, because it's a different guy.
For that one. Yeah.
Like, yeah, I would assume. And it's like, I feel bad for, I think it's Liam Hemsworth? I forgot. Yeah, I think it's Liam Hemsworth. I feel bad for him. Because, like, even if he does as good of a job as Henry Cavill, he's still going to get shit on. Yeah, he can't win. I feel, it sucks.
But yeah, it's not his fault. It's the writer's fault, though. Like, people really should just be mad at the writers of the show.
Season 3 will, to some
degree, and the producer as well. Like, the producer should make the call that, like, yo, these writers are kind of fucking up my goddamn business, you know?
A Witcher potion. In the novel Time of Contempt, Geralt does fight a manticore, which this could be, but it could also be Geralt taking a contract within the town of Hirondum. This contract involves a drowned child and could be Netflix's way of showing us the creatures known as drowners, but we'll see. We also can see Geralt unsheathing his steel sword, which is used when fighting men, not monsters, so that's pretty cool. I know I shouldn't get excited about this, but I just love The Witcher, and this entire situation just makes me so upset knowing...
It's over.
I feel that every day. Yeah, it's over. The Witcher's over, dude. It's it. Henry Cavill is leaving.
Here's the thing. I'm a Lord of the Rings Andy. Okay, I fucking love Tolkien. I've read tons of shit about it. I have the Silmarillion downstairs. I've got all the fucking movies. I tried to read the books whenever I was in middle school. Admittedly, I never fucking finished them. I love it.
Dude, I read
and every
all
single
of them
time
in middle
that
school,
I see
dude.
some clip of
I got
Shadow of
through
Mordor,
all 3 of
where
the
they
main
make
books
some
and went
fucking
back
blue
and
version
read
of the
The
One
Hobbit
Ring.
in middle school.
I'm like, what the
That
fuck
shit
is
was
this deviant art
amazing.
fan fiction bullshit?
I love
But
getting
it does
into that.
not take away from Lord of the Rings. So it doesn't matter to me whenever I see, like Rings of Power or, Galadriel's character seeming to not be what I had expected her to be, right? In Rings of Power. Who gives a shit?
Does that not take away from...
movies, and they've still got the good
we
game.
did get the good shit,
Hopefully
yeah.
one day they make
That's
the
true.
Matrix 4, same. Bro, Matrix 1 and 2, same. Matrix did not need a fucking sequel. It was an open and shut book. It was a perfect fucking movie. Yes, obviously, Matrix 1 and 2 and 3 were very cool. A lot of metaphysical, like stuff, like philosophy, fucking super cool ideas, like really cool fight scenes, awesome CGI. Absolutely. But the first one was the best.
I'm just gonna take these real quick.
And it
I
did
think
not
I have
need a
some in
second or
here.
third one. I'm not even thinking about the fourth. All I'm saying is that
those real quick.
I just hope that CD Projekt Red makes a good Witcher 4. That's all. That's the only thing that matters.
Man, dude, I wish that dog would actually like get whatever the fuck she's barking at, dude. For once, she barks a lot, but she don't ever fucking get nothing.
Franchises go down in flames.
Feels great.
We also see Ciri getting chased by what seems to be the Wild Hunt, which is led by Aridin, the main villain of CD Projekt's The Witcher 3 Wild
Never
Hunt.
gets to catch
he also
whatever the
appeared
fuck
in
she's barking at.
god-awful Blood Origin, if you had the stomach to watch that,
It's
like I did,
unfortunate.
unfortunately. Anyway, enough about Netflix.
Isn't Aridin like an immortal elf that comes from like another world that got connected from like the conjunction of the spheres or some shit?
I thought so.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that as well.
So how's he gonna be a kid? How's he gonna be a kid in Blood Origin?
That's a good question.
I don't know. I guess it was a long time ago, but like still.
Yeah, I guess before he was an immortal.
Rights, let's talk about Netflix's wrongs.
Yeah, I guess it depends. I guess you'd have to figure out how he became immortal.
And while at first glance it may seem like nothing, the timing couldn't be more suspiciously anti-Witcher. Around the time of this new season getting announced,
HD pack
Henry
for that
released
Witcher
a
deal?
behind-the-scenes look at his upcoming film, The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which is being directed by Guy Ritchie. In this promo, Henry is excited as hell and looks to be having
look
a
at
ton
that
of fun
mustache,
making
bro.
the flick, which is always great to see.
It might be
Henry had
fake,
this
but
to
it
say, and
looks
I
Isn't it
great.
crazy how much better it is? Like you can immediately see that somebody's having a good time whenever they're not being ordered around by people who don't even like the show that they're doing.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
So sad,
My
dude.
days on
That's so
ungentlemanly warfare are
depressing.
over. 'Tis a sad day. I'm going to echo the sentiments of my co-stars and sing the praises of our intrepid crew. It's rare to come across a team so driven, dedicated, and committed to the storytelling. That drive and dedication is only
So sad,
intensified
bro.
by having
Alright,
a
we're gonna make
leader
some
such as
changes
Guy
here.
Ritchie. His
Didn't
ability
Guy Ritchie do Snatch back in the day?
to weave story and create character might be second to none,
holy
and he
fuck,
wields
that
it
was so
like
good.
it were magic.
Wow.
Those ingredients, skill, drive, and exceptional talent at the top are only 3 of the ingredients needed for an experience that will last forever in memory. The 4th is happiness. Guy creates happiness on his set. It's a joyful place to be, full of laughter and japes and jests. The crew and cast's approach and personality is key in this. Everyone without fail was able to enjoy themselves while also working hard and being exceptional. This wee pontification would not be complete without heaping praise upon my fellow actors. Alan Richson, the man mountain with a heart of gold and a wisdom
is this guy Jack Reacher? I'm pretty sure.
talent that can sweep you off your feet.
I
Alex Pettifer,
I
the
think
lover,
that is
the
right.
laughter, the warmth of a big smile, and
I
a
don't know who this guy
jawline
is.
that would challenge the Turkish mountains. Henry Golden
Yeah, I actually
Jr., a
don't know
snap
who that
quick
dude
acting
was. I
reaction
actually
time, handsome beyond
don't
belief,
know who
and
that guy
always
is
a villain I
either.
was happy
Yeah.
to see. And the last but not the least of my immediate team of misfits, Hero
Bro.
Fiennes Tiffin, a megastar in the making. I know a lot of you know
Who
him
the
already, but
fuck
oh
is
my,
that,
he's going to
dude?
have a magnificent
What?
career. To the
He does look
makers of
familiar,
the
though.
Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, I shall miss you all, and
Oh.
God's willing, see you soon. End quote.
That was a lot. I bet that movie probably is going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch it.
You know, I don't remember him saying any of that stuff at all about The Witcher.
About Witcher, yeah. Oh,
The
that's
point
so
of
true.
me showing and reading this to
That's
you
so
He was saying
true,
about
bro.
Justice
Oh
League
shit, I
either.
forgot. Wait.
Not a surprise.
to further point out how Henry Cavill is not only a professional, but he's not afraid to recognize people who love what they do as well. He also posted this, like I said, when Season 3 of Witcher was announced.
Feels good,
and
dude.
Many, including that
I'm
Star
so glad
Wars
I did
girl
that.
who I caught wind of this from, it almost seems like a slight attack towards
Hopefully
Netflix
this buys
and how
while we
he's
do another
treated
kill
on
here.
Witcher.
I would like to get
Very
1K
well
in.
documented already that Henry's love and
I'm
passion
probably
for
gonna end
accuracy when it
stream
comes to
after
The
this.
Witcher
I do
was something
apologize,
that
guys,
producers
but
and writers,
there's just too much
they
shit
just
going
didn't
on
share
tonight.
that
I'll
and
wait
while
till the
Netflix
night.
is saying that
I'll
it's
probably take a
closer to
nap
the
and
books
like
with
drink a
this new
shitload of
season,
coffee.
it also seems
And
in classic Netflix fashion that they're talking out of both sides of
and
their
I'll probably
mouth.
do an all-night
Netflix
stream
has
or
said in the
something.
past that the Witcher Netflix series exists within its own world, which they view
10
as
more
So of
kills,
course
dude.
it
10 more
exists within
kills.
its own world. That way they're immune from being criticized for changing things, or more often, probably just getting them wrong.
I actually don't know if we have enough supplies
separate from
for
the books
10 kills, but
modern
we're gonna
audiences,
try.
Speaking to Screen Rant, we have some quotes from VFX
We're gonna try to
supervisor
achieve
Sebastian
it.
Frankfurt.
I remember hearing about this show the first day it came out. That was the last time I heard about it. Actually,
Yo, that shit was fucked up, bro. I feel really bad because she's a really good actress. She got freaking cast in a fucking show that's a... I don't know if it was like her agent who fucked her or somebody fucked this chick right here, alright? Somebody fucked her over because she's a good actress and they put her in a show that was complete dog shit. I don't know if she just like didn't read any of the... I mean, I guess it's kind of her fault too because she didn't read any of the source material and maybe like checked out the script afterwards and was like, hey, wait a minute. Then again, they have to like sign contracts and shit, right? So maybe there was like, she did check out and she was like, holy fuck, this is gonna be terrible. Or maybe she was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna do this off of good faith, you know, and hope that the end product comes out okay because because it doesn't look anything like what I researched, right? Like on the story part of it. So I feel
it's
bad
not
for
true.
her.
I watched I didn't watch it. I saw a YouTube video saying that it was bad on like the third day.
And producer Graham
I saw
Marshall on the future
tons of
The
videos
Witcher
saying it
on
was
Netflix.
terrible on
These
the
two had to
first
say,
day, dude.
and I quote, "We're working on some pretty tasty stuff for the next season. We're at the point where we're showing the creative team now, and they've been wowed by the stuff we're showing them, so that's cool. As far as season 4 is concerned, we haven't really gotten too heavily involved just yet. But with season 3, we're in the throes of delivering the final couple of episodes on that, and it's super cool. I don't think it's anything that anyone's read or seen before in Witcher lore, so I think it's gonna be exciting." And to quickly interject here between the quote, they were then asked about staying closer to the books and their experience with the writing team and showrunner Lauren Hissrich, to which they said, and I quote, "We were referencing pretty much one for one some of the magic, and they were like, no, we can't. We don't want to go down that road." I think
they don't want to go down the road of, like, I don't understand how it's like you can it's just like, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
So,
what are you talking about? You're
yeah,
saying
like,
you don't
like,
want the
you have
success?
the
I don't know
easiest
what that even
job of
fucking
your
means.
life.
Yes.
You
The
remember,
easiest job
like,
possible.
these showrunners, maybe they're good at what they're doing, but in 100 years, people are going to read The Witcher. They're going to know who Andrzej Sapkowski is. Probably in 200, 300, 400 years, they'll remember who he is. They're not him. You're not that guy.
They're not him, dude. Not that guy,
Just
bro.
take it,
bro. You're not that guy, bro.
Apply it to the
Just
show.
not that guy, bro.
That's
not
it.
that guy. Yep,
about that? No, he's not
100%.
Tolkien.
You're not that guy.
I don't know. I think there's many stories. Like, a story doesn't have to be Tolkien for people to remember it and keep up with it for a very long period of time. Yeah,
I think his original work was better than what they came out of, okay?
With Game of Thrones.
Let's be real.
You're not George R. R. Martin. Stop
you're
trying
not
to
George
rewrite
R. R.
it.
Martin. Stop it.
Stop it. Just
stop it.
Just do what he did. Put it in the remember whenever Game of Thrones was good? Whenever they literally took the book chapter for chapter, episode for
chapter
episode,
for chapter,
it was
bro.
great, and then they deviated, it got bad.
Yeah.
You have the
and then everyone was like,
job.
what the fuck
the
is going on?
I said this the other day.
And then they were like,
this
is the worst season ever.
and make it a screenplay. Make it a movie.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah, super easy.
No, we don't need to have some
super
weird
simple.
fucking sex scene with Master Chief. No, we don't.
I mean, you know.
Stop it.
Yeah, I mean, we already have Rule
There's
34,
a
Master
lot of
Chief.
fans
I don't
of
think
one
we
or
need.
the other, and you don't want to upset
I don't
one
think we
without
need
doing
anymore.
something
Okay.
that the other likes,
There's already
etc.
enough fanfic
So
out
they were very
there
careful
with that
about
stuff. They
keeping it true
definitely
to the
fucked that
lore,
shit up.
true to the realm, true
So
to
true,
The Witcher.
dude.
I feel like
I
this
did
is where
like
they're
the style
separate
that they
from
went
the
with,
video
though,
game or separate
for the
from
Halo
the books,
franchise,
is kind of allowing them to
like the
explore other
plasma and shit, like
storylines in
cutting
other
people
places
and all
and
that
things
shit, dude.
like
That shit
that.
was dope
I
as
think
fuck.
that's working well for them so
So
far.
I feel like
It's
it really
different
sucks that
from
they
watching
like
a
failed
show
on
like
that
The
shit.
Last of Us, in which the first
Not Pompey
episode
one
is
for
the
one.
beginning of the
Seemed
video
really
game.
ridiculous.
Whereas with this, I think there's a lot of creative license to stay similar and true to certain parts and enable them to explore different parts as well. It's like the novels are the guidebook, but not the Bible by any means. And
it's not about following the novels. I think it is totally fine to adapt and change things in a way that makes it make more sense for a movie.
For a screen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for a movie.
Peter
Yeah.
Jackson did it with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Many people do. Remember Fight Club? That was not the same as the book. Apparently, I didn't read it. My mom did. That's what she told me.
But it wasn't
it's not
like
the same. It's not about doing it differently. It's about doing it worse.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense. But even that, like,
while the others are recruiting,
how much was really
I'm
changed,
farming.
right?
While they are occupying villages, I'm farming.
Oh
and while
my
they
God!
are fighting
for the
day
love
and night,
of God,
I'm still
stop
busy
trying to sell me
farming.
mobile
You're
games,
wondering,
please.
why don't I fight? I
don't
find that
care
farming
about
can
mobile
also
games,
be incredibly useful in
Let me see
Warpath.
if I can go over here
Through
and
city
just.
The boys, yeah, apparently
it's
there's
that final
too.
part there that really
that
irks
was
and
horrible.
makes me
Now
question
just
the
looks like a
lagging
tired
point
like crazy
involved
when
with
it switched
adapting
to
stuff for television.
that
Understand
shit.
what they're even saying. Saying the novels are the guide but not the Bible makes zero sense. My brother in Christ, you are literally adapting the book which contains the writings of
It doesn't seem that hard.
happens.
Yeah, it does not
if
seem
there
hard
was
at all.
ever a Bible for your adaptation of something, it would be the literal book you're adapting.
Yeah,
like,
that would
am
make
I
sense.
crazy? Do I sound stupid here? What are these people?
Well, it's like also keep in mind that most of what happened in the Lord of the Rings movie happened in the books.
Yeah,
like,
they didn't like
obviously,
change
like,
the main
Saruman was
events,
different.
right?
There
For the
were a
most
few
part.
other things that are different, but like for the most part, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
Saying anymore. And it's full
They didn't
of
just like
idiocy that
rewrite
these
the
people
story.
reference The Last
You know,
of
they
Us
just
as
like
something
changed a few
to
things
not
here and there
emulate.
to
When
make
that
it
show
fit a little
was
bit
not
better.
Everybody loves it. Everybody loves the show. Well, we don't want to do this. Well, I mean, you know, we can't just go and do this. We can't just make a show everybody likes. What the fuck?
That's true.
Only a massive success, but took many scenes right out of the game and put them into the show.
Yeah.
Almost as if the game was like, I don't know, a Bible for the show that's adapting the game for television,
Damn, dude,
which is what you should be
bro.
doing
What
when
the
you're
fuck
making
are
an
these?
adaptation.
Why are these
of
mage
something
attacks
that
hitting me so
exists.
hard, dude? Because
Hello?
anyone explain this
What?
shit?
It's very clear
Looking
that
like
Netflix has no
95 fucking
interest in
defense,
staying within the confines
99
of the
magic,
books,
dude, and
and
this
just
dude's
wants
still
to
hitting me for
cherry
like
pick what
fucking
they
30s,
like
dude.
while morphing or removing what they don't
Like,
like.
holy
After
shit.
all, they're adapting a book series based on Slavic European culture
Okay, that
and
one hit me
myths,
for
and thought
zero, I
the
don't
cast
know.
was too white and needed to infuse
Still pretty
diversity
terrible.
so that The Witcher's world emulated real life. And like I've said,
Yeah, big surprise. You know, the people over in Europe, most of them are white. Who could have imagined that?
Yeah, who could have thought? Who could have thunk it?
Previous videos, it's very telling that Netflix especially has no problem with
That's
keeping
racist,
projects
bro.
very black
Can't say that shit.
or
That shit is
other
racist.
ethnicities if required. But
I
whenever
don't
it's
know.
a project,
We'll probably
it's
only get
become
4
like a
kills
huge
again,
meme
but
that like
a 5-kill
every
trip
single
would be
time there's like a
amazing right
Netflix
now.
show that like all the main
I
characters
think we'll
are
be
race
able to
swapped.
get the 10 kills in though,
or
even
like
if
gender
we,
swap.
like,
Yeah, it's become a massive meme.
Even dude, even if I'm
Netflix
low
sued by
on
Egypt.
property,
There you go.
now it's suddenly a problem. We have to remember that
Even
when
though I'm low
Netflix
on,
and its hacktivist writers actually
Why she
created
got
their
that
own
nose
original
ring?
story within The Witcher,
Yeah,
we
why?
ended up with
I don't
Blood
know.
Orange,
That
which not only added nothing to
really
the
killed me
mythos
there.
of substance, but ruined mysteries like the conjunction of the spheres by making it the result of 2 wizards fighting in dresses.
I can't take it anymore! I just want to die!
And then they made the first prototype Witcher a roided out, head-shaven elfin guy who looks more like a Grey Hulk than a Witcher. And that show did so horribly that I don't know anyone who can...
It's like even the reviewers didn't like it.
Yeah, even dude, that's really, that's when you know a show is fucked, bro.
Because when people think
And the
of what's the
people
worst
paid to
parts
write
of
good
Netflix's
reviews about
The
it can't
Witcher,
even fucking
it
write good reviews
always
about it.
includes everything Netflix added to the series that
You're in
wasn't there to
trouble.
begin with.
Yeah, that's probably about it.
Sign language using character.
And everything people did love about the series was because of Henry Cavill, and when Netflix actually respected the source material. So ironically, the only times people
Bro,
like
Henry
the show
Cavill's the hot
is when
shit
they
right
treated
now in
the
fucking
books
Hollywood,
like
bro.
the
Like,
Bible.
you can't.
Yeah, big surprise.
Can't be
Fans of the
fucking up like
show,
this, dude.
fans of the books, and fans of the game liked the show when it was like the books in the game.
Why do I keep
how do you
this
mess
shit?
this
Why wouldn't I
up?
like? I don't know.
I don't understand. It's just it seems so fucking obvious, and people just can't get it through their fucking head.
Change the DPI a little bit on my mouse or something.
Funny how that works.
If that's comparable
Yeah,
to this
I mean, a
sort of
5-kill
world, this
trip would be
culture of
really
toxic
nice,
fandom
but I
where,
don't
like,
think we're
if you
gonna
make
kill
a
it
movie,
fast
especially if you
enough.
make a superhero movie,
I usually do
like,
the
you have
5th
great
kill
intentions,
if
but there are
I
always gonna
like
be a
am
small
like
yet
have a
vocal group of
minute
people
left
there
on
who
my
can kind of just be toxic.
I understand what you're saying,
on
but
my
when it comes to
my
fans,
ranging.
it is a fan's
It doesn't look like we're gonna make
right
it.
to have whatever opinion
We
they
could
want
try
to have.
though.
And people are going to be upset.
I'm so
Nah,
we've
never
seen this
mind.
clip probably
I'm
1,000
not
times.
gonna
I've
too.
seen it fucking 5,000 times. I am so
Just
sick
reset,
of this
dude, and go
idea that
again.
people don't have the right to have an opinion, even if you think
Screw
the
it.
opinion is fucking stupid. People can think.
I mean,
what
we're
they
doing
wanna
pretty
think.
good
That
regardless.
doesn't mean they're
994,
right.
so we have
That
like
doesn't mean
6
it's
kills,
it's
dude.
good. Doesn't mean that you should do
I mean,
what
I've
they
gotten a
say.
6-kill
But it's their
trip
right
before,
to have that
but
opinion.
it's not very likely.
How the fuck is this so controversial nowadays? It's
So
insane.
we're just gonna reset, hit the 1K,
Because
and then I'm
especially
probably
when we're talking
gonna
about books
end
or
stream there,
games,
to be
because
honest,
you're never
and
going to be the
restream
exact
later
person
tonight.
they had in their head or who they played.
And that's what happened with
They
Geralt.
have made it almost
is that
impossible
I remember
for me
whenever
to
Geralt, whenever Henry
do
Cavill got
this.
announced as Geralt, a lot of people were really skeptical about that. Absolutely. They were like,
I don't know why they have
about
to
that.
fucking
Like, because
yell
they were
about
thinking it would
everything.
be
It's
like
kind of
somebody,
weird, dude.
like I'm trying to think like who,
Talk about some
like a Mads Mikkelsen
PTSD,
or something
man.
like that, right?
All right, I
And
got one.
no,
I got
he
one
did a
extra
great
one,
job.
so we definitely can do the 10.
No, it's
We can
totally
get to
fine.
1K.
Yeah, you just prove people wrong.
On Witcher 3, for example. I don't necessarily consider that toxic. I just consider that passion.
And Henry, like I said earlier, had heaps of praise to say about his cast and the director.
I
when
like
it
that
came to
he
his time on
understands it.
Gentlemanly Warfare, which, by the way, is also based on a novel. But when Henry posted about Witcher 3's teaser, here's what he had to say about it on Instagram. That's it. Weird how he doesn't write massive paragraphs praising.
Man.
You know what's crazy is that, like, another thing that made, like, The Matrix so good was that, like, everybody in the all the actors, like, they were made to read, like, the like, source material of, like, what that was gonna be about and stuff, and so they had, and, like, they were, like, quizzed on it and stuff, like, the dude that, like, wrote it and everything, like, he was like, all right, well, how, you know, like, what do you get out of this? Like, how do you feel this, like, is portrayed and everything? And, like, how does this make you feel? Yada, yada, yada. Like, a whole bunch of shit like that, dude. Like, they actually, like, made sure that they understood what the source material was that they were, like, portraying. And, like, that way to give it, you know, like, more life to it, right? Like, so they actually understood what was going on and what they were trying to portray. I feel like a lot of, you know, like, it's easy when you, like, portray someone. That's why, like, a lot of these movies that, like the Jeffrey Dahmer thingy, like, it wasn't terrible. I mean, I don't know if I say it was good or not, because I feel like it was kind of a weird show. But his betrayal of the person was, like, phenomenal, because there's a lot of source material. Like, he could actually, like, look up, see how that dude, like, moved around, his mannerisms. He had, like, a court case and everything, right? And, like, you could understand what the source material was. Dude was a fucking crazy ass serial killer, that like there was like a lot of information on it, so he could like do research and actually like understand, you know, what was going on there. But like, like I don't know, man. I feel like they did read the Witcher stuff because there's like a lot of stuff that was, you know, pretty even in there, and then like they really just like fucked it up. They were like, "Yo, I think we could do better," and just like they could not do better. For real, like you said, they were just not that guy. Just not that guy, man. Which is super unfortunate. I feel like they could have done a lot better with that, and I feel like Henry Cavill could have been the main star. I mean, maybe this turns out good because maybe he gets into a different role that like he can really like take really far and stuff. But it really sucks for people who love The Witcher because the dude played that role perfectly. Like he is The Witcher. He's Henry, you know, he's Geralt basically, and he was respectful of the role, and it works. It really works. Like it really could have been a long running show that they just like threw in the trash. Like they just took the money like the Joker and just put it in a pile and then like laughed in people's faces while they lit it on fucking fire, right? And then killed all the people. Like it's really bad. It was really bad the way they decided to turn that out. I'm kind of rambling here for a second while we like finish up this kill, because I don't really want to click over there to turn the video back on just yet. So it makes it lag pretty bad. I was hoping that we'd be able to get this kill pretty easy. There we go. Finally got him down. We're gonna redo that. We're gonna heal up. I don't know why there's a latency on eating that or using that, but alright. We'll get this going, pick up the loot. We're going to click on this guy. We're going to click back over here. All right. Into the next one.
Man.
The direction, or the cast, or the writers.
Yeah, I mean, you got the contract, you got to promote it, and you know, like I'm sure the thing is, I'm sure he doesn't want the show to fail. He just doesn't want to be part of the show anymore. Like,
yeah, he was done with the show. Yeah,
like, he's probably has friends. He's made friends on the set over 3 years. He doesn't want them to lose their job or anything like that. He's doing his job, and there it is. Sure.
Posted this because it's in his contract. So he just left some hashtags so Netflix would leave him alone so he could go back to painting his Warhammer figurines. Yeah, and like I've said in my previous video, Netflix even race swapped Cleopatra into a
oh my god, what the heck.
So apparently they don't even...
I mean, to be fair, there are a lot of people that think that that's real.
Yeah, but it's
Warhammer
not.
40K movie,
I mean,
my understanding
really
with the Warhammer 40K thing is that
if they
it was sold as it was going to be like a Warhammer 40K
real,
thing, and it's actually just going to be Henry Cavill painting and talking about Warhammer with his friends. Like, I don't think it's going to be like Game of Thrones or something like that.
I guess either one would be
history as
kind of coolish.
To when adapting
Bruh,
so when a company goes as far as to race swap
this
and
rotation
change the
is complete garbage.
And ethnicity of a real person, it's no surprise that they
come on, dude, and then it just hits me for like fucking so much goddamn damage back to back.
Because these stories and
fucking so
are not
absurd.
Well, they
dude.
don't care about the books. They care about making money and making
so
it fit their
annoying.
narrative and their worldview. That's what matters.
Hey, you better give me fucking 100K drop, dude. Jesus.
They're just
fuck.
Free real estate for woke creators to push ideology down our throats.
I think that's very accurate.
All right, let's get two more in. So we're gonna have one more trip after this.
I wouldn't be surprised if
hit the
Geralt
1K total
to a
kills.
lesser extent
We're
in
probably
this
gonna go a
new
little
season
bit
as well,
over just
as
to
it's
like do a run, you know, fuck it.
Well, if I was the showrunners and I knew he was leaving, I would have him lessen the season.
I'm definitely not getting 6 kills this trip. Let's be real.
I mean, to be fair,
here.
I think that's a smart thing to do.
I'll probably get 4 again with 2 left over to hit the 1K mark, so we'll go 2 over probably. We'll do another 4 kill
shows
trip.
like The Mandalorian, which was supposed to be about Grogu and Mando, and it was advertised as such. But if you actually watch Season 3, then Bo-Katan stealths in and hijacks the show, with Mando and Grogu playing second fiddle to Bo and her girl boss objectives.
And again, none of this stuff actually matters if the show is good.
Yeah, none of it matters if the show's good. That's true. So
as long as the deviation is good, no one complains.
I don't know about in this. I just don't know if they wrote it well.
Is the Mandalorian
because she's kind of
I think it could be anyone, and I think that's what
a
they're
good
trying
character.
To define in many ways. Is what does that mean to be Mandalorian?
How long until The Witcher becomes similar and Geralt is replaced?
Well, no, not
by
anybody
some
could be the
Mary
Mandalorian.
Sue self-insert female Witcher. And when attacked, Netflix will just say, "Well, anybody can be the Witcher now." And I guarantee
oh god,
that
dude,
Netflix...
I really hope they do that. That's gonna be so fucking funny. Oh boy.
Yeah, because they're gonna get lambasted over it.
Netflix will at some point introduce a female Witcher, even though the creator of the series, Andrzej Sapkowski, has made it evidently clear in his books that the female anatomy cannot survive the trial of the grasses.
Oh, really?
I'm not gonna like that.
This
I didn't
is
even
why
know that
there
was
are
a
no
thing.
female Witchers. Besides, becoming a Witcher should not be viewed as a privilege anyway. It's always been painted more like
horrible.
A curse that plagues the unfortunate souls who survive the training. They can't have kids, their bodies are mutilated, they can't die as easily, they are literal living weapons. But Netflix will find a way to yassify and girl boss the profession.
Yassify?
Because
I like
nothing,
that. That's
not
clever.
even Witchers or
Yeah,
real life women
well.
like Cleopatra can stand in the way
didn't want to
of
comment on
delivering
it,
the message. The Witcher at Netflix is in its death spiral, and I will be surprised.
It's not in its death spiral, bro. It's down the drain.
Dead, bro.
Like, it's been down the drain. Apparently, season 2, like,
it's actually a
I
zombie
have
at
such good
this
memories
point, bro.
of
It's
season
come
1.
back to
I didn't
life
even watch
and
season
just,
2
like,
because everybody said it was bad.
trying to
I was like,
turn,
I don't
you
wanna
know,
watch
trying
it
to
then.
fucking
I'm
eat
probably
the
not gonna
brains
watch,
of other people now.
fucking season 3 either.
Yeah,
if the
dude,
show even exists long
turned
enough
into
to
shit.
complete its planned 7-season run. But let it be known that the fate of
Bro,
The Witcher
7
at Netflix
seasons?
is what
You're out of your
happens
fucking
when
mind
you
now that
don't
Henry
treat the
Cavill's gone,
actual
dude.
source material
That's
like it's
unfortunate.
the Bible. Why do you think so many people hated the Halo TV show? And
Yeah.
why The Last of Us was so
Yeah,
popular?
it
Because
really
if you
sucked
treat
that so
what
many people hated
love
it,
with the
though.
respect it deserves,
I know
the
that it was
work
really
will
shitty,
speak for
man.
itself.
Other than
And
the
when it
action,
comes
I
to
think
The
the action
Witcher
was
and
actually
the
pretty good.
erasure of Henry Cavill's
I like the
just,
opening
it's so
scene,
crazy.
plasma shit,
I
like
am
cutting
just
through
in
people,
constant
ripping off limbs and
astonishment
stuff, but
that somebody can have such an easy job and just completely
yeah,
fail
fuck
at
it
it.
up.
Star
That's
power
true.
from the glint of the medallion around Geralt's neck, Netflix will be horrified when they realize that the fan base will abandon them the same way Geralt does his Witcher ways as well. And when Netflix yells to the fans, "But The Witcher, you guys like that, right? Why are you leaving?" The fan base will look back in disdain and contempt and whisper, "No, no more."
That's about right. I think people have already done that. They don't really give a shit anymore. I'll read
Yeah.
a few comments on this. I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back, okay? Yeah, I totally agree with what he's saying. I think it's just people don't want to have their content and like their entertainment used as a tool for somebody else to push their worldview. It's just
Yeah,
you know,
for
if anything,
sure. On
it's
top
just,
of
it's
that, and then
immersion
like,
breaking.
yeah,
It's like, bro, this is a fantasy
immersion
movie. I don't wanna
breaking,
see
like,
some bullshit.
you want to
Rankings
see
IMDb are so distorted. If
what
they
you were
contain
trying to go
LGBT
for, bro. You
content,
don't want to see
yeah,
this
I think
bullshit
that's
of like
probably
real
the
world
case. I think
problems
that
and
people
shit,
just
and
don't
like
want to see
extremist
like modern,
views in your fucking
like
shows.
modern stuff put into like older stories. It's really just that simple.
Just
Even if you think it should be
dumb.
there, it kills a lot of people's escapism because they know that whenever they see it, it's only there because of modern sensitivity. Right, that's what it is. And then also, you got to keep in mind, like, people fucking, like, there's a lot of Western people that have a very Western-centric view of the world. Being gay, even, is not viewed positively in the whole world. There are a lot of places that don't like gay people.
True.
So,
Facts.
big surprise, whenever you're on the internet, which is a global platform, part of that platform is those people. That's it. Being gay is fucking manly. I don't give a fuck if somebody's gay. It doesn't matter. I don't care. That's it. And then that's literally the end of the conversation. It doesn't matter to me.
Why do people care so much about this shit?
I'm not going to catch gay from them. You know, like, what the fuck? It doesn't matter. I don't want to hear about
it doesn't fucking matter,
It's
bro.
not a big deal. Let's see here. See, there's so many actual problems in the world. Imagine caring about that. Netflix has finally achieved their goal with CW quality production values. Congratulations, Netflix. Take a bow. This is Slovakian anti American corporations ruining our stories.
About to hit our goal, dude.
I have great love for Poland. Seeing Netflix ruin The Witcher saddens me very much.
I'm
yeah,
probably
I'm
gonna
sure
end
it
the
does.
stream there.
Well, I don't know what to say about that, but who cares about your immersion?
I was hoping to do a long ass stream today, but
non-right ethnicity exists. You can't
you
discriminate
know,
based on
people,
race when your company hiring
be
people.
people,
It's just
I
that simple.
guess. Kind of fucking crazy.
I think that whenever you're hiring a person to fill
But,
a certain role, and then that
not like
role
I have a
doesn't
huge ass
fit
following,
what fans
so
imagine that character to be,
I
you're
don't think
gonna
it's
have
gonna
a
be
problem.
that big of a
Like,
deal,
I understand
and
that, like,
I can
you
always come back later on and do
this is
more.
an example of the customer
Damn, fight
is always
duration,
right.
a minute
And
54,
I understand
huh?
that you
It's actually a
because
long ass
you've
time. My
decided
best is
that,
a
like,
minute
this is
10.
the right thing to do. That, like, this is the
998, guys. 998.
the correct
Still
and
no
ethical
pet.
and right thing to do is to hire people regardless of, like, race or gender or
I don't know
anything
why,
like that for, like, different
but I
roles
keep,
in
like,
movies.
somehow
Sure. But just don't be
clicking
surprised
past
whenever people don't want to watch it.
my ruined light.
It's again, they can make the Netflix
Let's
and make The
look
Witcher
up
do
real
whatever
quick.
they want. I don't care if they want to make The Witcher a
vorkath
dog. It
here,
doesn't matter to
and
me.
then we're gonna
Just
see
don't be
what the
surprised.
drop
Brad
rate.
Pitt
I
is
think it's like
Shaka
1 in
Zulu.
5K
Probably
or
not.
some shit like that,
So,
right?
that would be problematic. I would say so.
I think it's all the
Absolutely.
way at the bottom.
So
1 in 3K.
it's just as
1 in
simple.
3K.
True, I'd watch it. I would too, but for a different reason. It would be watching it to see how fucking ridiculous it is.
We don't really have a high chance of getting it. Damn, 1 in 5K for the skeletal visage. That's pretty crazy.
John Wayne. They made
I
John
haven't got
Wayne
any
Genghis
of that stuff.
Khan.
Hold on.
I
Let
have
me just
a really
open
good
up
feeling that John Wayne
collection
did
log.
not look like Genghis Khan. Like, pretty much, I would bet a lot of money that that was not the case.
19 vorkath heads, 2 dragon bone necklaces, and none of the else. We still got to get Vorky. We still got to get Draconic Visage. We still got to get a skeletal visage. Hell, we still need a jar of decay, dude. What's the drop rate? 1 in 3,000 for jar of decay. Well, that is shitty. So I could roll a jar of decay or a friggin' Vorky.
If a fan of the show wants to go and make The Witcher and make it as
Let's
woke
go ahead
as you can
and
possibly
actually,
imagine.
I have to use the restroom real quick, guys. I'll be right back.
If people like it, they're gonna watch it. If people don't like it, they're not gonna watch it. That's it. Everybody's got their right to get it out there and put themselves out there and do what they want. It's not a new phenomena, though. You said yourself, for example, Chinese Jesus. Culture has been race swapping to adapt it to their society forever. Exactly. But there's some that people accept and some people don't accept. Said before, I saw Green Lantern was white. It was Ryan Reynolds. Bro, no, it's not. I grew up on the Justice League cartoon. Green Lantern was black. That's it. So, yeah, I definitely fucking agree with you. The same thing. Yeah, it was weird. I was like, wait, what the hell? Different Lantern? No. No, see, like, I don't care about that. Because, like, the Green Lantern that I grew up with was black guy. And it was in the show. I love the show. He was really cool. Yeah, so, like, I don't really care about, like, the lore. Because, like, what I remember, it was like, yeah, that's all it was. Just was infinitely cooler. Do you think they're using makeup to let you represent specifically race characters will be the norm or will become increasingly shunned? Think Tropic Thunder. I don't know. I think it depends on the context. Like, Tropic Thunder, realistically, it's not like really blackface in the same way. Like, the guy, what was his name? Kirk Lazarus? Like, the guy, he was supposed to be a dumb asshole. Like, the entire narrative around the character was that he was an oblivious, overly fucking egotistical actor that had no sense of, fucking self-respect. So, like, you're not portraying a person as, like, he's not a good guy. Yeah, he was the joke. The fact that he thought it was okay was the joke. They even made the joke, what do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people? You know, it's a satirical character. Exactly, yeah. So it's totally different. Nick Fury was white too. I can't imagine anyone else is Samuel Jackson. Exactly. And that's what I'm really trying to get at with all this is that at the end of the day, if you want to adapt the story, it has to be better than the original story. And I think it has to be a lot better than the original story for people to accept it. So adapt the story as much as you want, but don't be surprised whenever people don't like it. That's it. Tropic Thunder's unapologetic response today is Giga Chad. Well, I don't think people really give a shit about that kind of stuff. There's only a very small handful. Let me link this video. Sorry, I forgot to even do that. I think this is a pretty good video. I'm glad that people are talking about this kind of stuff. I think that a lot of people are kind of getting tired of people with an agenda or people with a worldview trying to insert it into a fantasy. Just make it good. Yeah, it's that simple. Ultimate Nick Fury is based on Sam Jackson originally, so they put Fury in the movie. It was a natural choice. I didn't even know that. That's crazy. I think Denzel Washington was fucking amazing as Macbeth. Well, do you want to know why? Because Denzel Washington. That's why. He's one of the actors that if he's in this movie, I'm like, okay, this is a good movie. Yeah, it's not about... See, Samuel Jackson, like, it's not about, like, what color he is. It's him. Yeah, let's be real. American Gangster? Yeah, same with Russell Crowe. Another one. Like, if he's in a movie, I'm like, bro, that's probably going to be a good movie. I take that one seriously. Like, this might sound like a stupid thing, but for me, I base if I'm going to watch a movie or not, if I'm interested in a movie or not, off of the actors that are in it. Like, I have, like, kind of a list of actors that if they're going to be in a movie, I assume that it will be a good movie. Like, Tom Cruise, back and forth, right? If it's a serious movie, yes. Actually, I think Tom Cruise is a great comedic actor. Like, I mean, in Tropic Thunder, right? I think he's better at that than, like, anything. Let's see here. Leonardo DiCaprio, absolutely. Tom Hardy's getting there. Tom Hanks. Let's see here. Christian Bale, absolutely. Will Smith. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of Will Smith stuff. Johnny Depp. Fucking I think Brad Pitt. Like, if Brad Pitt is in a movie, I bet that movie is going to be fucking amazing. I think he is so good. Daniel Day-Lewis. Anything Quentin Tarantino's involved with? Yeah, there you go. No, Keanu Reeves, obviously. Amber Heard? Yeah, clearly, man. Let's see here. Matthew McConaughey? I think that he's getting there. I haven't seen a lot of his newer movies, but I think him as a series... Like, he used to be a romantic comedy actor. Like, that was, like, pretty much all he did. And then he started taking, like, more serious roles. It was the best thing that could have ever happened to him. Jim Carrey? Yeah, there's a few more. But, like, all I'm saying is, like, that's how I base if I think a movie is going to be good or not. Is, like, who's in the movie and who's, like, which people are actually there. You know, like, which actors are there? Mel Gibson used to be? Yeah, Mel Gibson before the, Mel Gibson had a Kanye moment back in the 90s. You can believe that.
Time to take back Redfall.
Let me get this straight. You buy a super expensive vehicle. You don't get all the bells and whistles with it because it's capable of more.
Well, no, that's the thing is you see the advertisement on television or on a magazine or on the radio, and they say, come in now and drive a Mercedes off the lot for 60 grand. And then you go there and you're like, I want my Mercedes for 60 grand. And they're like, well, if you want to drive a Mercedes for only 60, it's only going to have 3 wheels. And it's like, oh, so you want a steering wheel too? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we're going to have to go ahead and work out your price. And, you know, you're probably looking at somewhere between, you know, it's like, yeah, $88,000. Really. And so that's the way a lot of these things go. And so this wasn't enough for car manufacturers. This was not enough. They're going even farther now.
You have to pay a subscription fee to get everything that it's capable of.
Wow.
Is that the right way to view this?
Well, that's one way to look at it. Another way...
What's the other way?
To look at it, the way Mercedes would say it, is that...
They're going to make more money. All right, how's Mercedes going to say it? Let's find out. Let's get Mercedes' perspective on why this is good for you, the customer.
Well, look, you get to customize your vehicle anytime.
That's smart. Yeah, you get to customize it. Yeah, it's like you can customize your car. It usually has 4 wheels, but we allow you to customize it to 3 wheels. And if you want to pay to customize it back to 4, that's going to cost extra money. That's true. Yeah, you're paying for customization. Absolutely. Yeah, you customize it back to the stock. Exactly.
You want. You don't have to buy everything all at once. In this case, look, the cars...
Yeah, that's true. It's just like games. You don't have to, bro, you don't have to have the 5-star characters. You know what Mercedes needs to do? I actually just thought of this. They need to have a thing where you actually don't know what you get. And they have like different bonuses for the car. So they'd have like, you know, for example, like imagine you buy a car and you pay $30 every month, and there's like it's a loot box, right? And so like sometimes it will, you know, it'll give you like a message and it'll say, go to the Mercedes dealership. We're gonna give you fucking European racing tires, okay?
All right, guys.
And then
I
other
am back
times
from the
it says
restroom. We're gonna get this one. We're gonna hit our 1K goal, and then we're gonna end the stream.
Right?
Go watch my little niece for a little bit.
I mean, they can't all be winners, right?
Hang
And
out
then
with
there's
her.
another one that unlocks like a new sound system.
Sorry about that. I really had to
another
go.
one after that, yeah, heated seat. Yeah, exactly.
Stuff,
so like
you know?
sometimes if you roll
So
a good
we're
one,
gonna do...
you'll get a heated seat for the week.
Uh-oh.
And like these can combo together, or they can be nothing. And also, like, by the way, then in 5 years after this one catches on, they're going to add in the big microtransaction, and you know what that is?
Yep, I think that's what he's talking about.
Seat belt. So if you don't spend $30 and you get the loot boxes, and you know, seatbelt, you know, after you know, there's like a hard pity system. So like after 10 loot boxes, so it's only $300 a month. You are guaranteed
can we get a loot box
to get the seatbelt. But
for different
you know,
skins on the
if
car
you want to get it earlier, you can, and some people that are lucky do. Yeah, it's a Titan Forge car.
Well.
Exactly.
Got plenty of power. To begin with, it's not like it's slow.
Yeah, exactly. Like the free-to-play characters are good too. Yeah, like I mean, bro, you can beat the game with the free-to-play characters. Like you don't need the 5 stars.
Yeah, I guess it's I guess.
Like
not,
you don't need all the characters on Constellation 6. Like, come on.
But buyers who want to go like about 1.5 to 1 second quicker, 0 to 60, could pay $60 a month.
Wow.
And have that little bit of
so
extra
that's what
power.
you get. Hold on, you get 1 second decrease. You get 1 second decrease in 0 to 60 second acceleration for $60 a month.
For $60 a month, and that's you know, maximum.
Genius.
Half a second, yeah, a little bit quicker. I mean, a lot of people, me for instance, I to be honest with you, I'd probably buy it for a month or two to try it out. But really, do I need to?
And that's how they get you.
You
buy it for a month or two, and that's how they get
sedan,
you, bro.
Not a sports car. I might not.
That's how they get you, dude.
Yeah.
Earning your degree online is closer than you think. Apply today.
Pay to win cars, dude. That's amazing. Bro,
I
could
think
you
this
imagine
is so bad,
like,
by the way. I love memeing about
dude,
this, but like,
scary as fuck,
and this is
dude.
not something. Keep in mind, this is not something that the consumers can protest, because people like this guy right here and other dumbos see these. What is the average age of a Mercedes customer? 57.
Yeah, I mean, how many people are actually buying
I just
Mercedes?
invented that, but I'm probably not that far off.
There's probably
these
older people mostly buy
they
Mercedes.
Are not conditioned.
It's not usually
like,
young people
this
who
is
are
like
buying
their
Mercedes.
first gotcha game, and so they're excited. They're thinking about it logically. They're like, is it really worth it or not? You know, it's like, should I actually buy this new character? Well, the banner's going to go away
once
in
they
6
pay
days,
for it, dude, that's how you get them. They try it
right?
once,
and so,
dude, you got them.
They got the kids with like Genshin
again.
Impact, and now now they're getting the adults with Mercedes.
They're training
it's
the
basically
kids,
the same
and now
thing.
they moved on to adults.
And valid argument I could think of: people buy the bonus power, subsidize people who don't. Mercedes could set the base price lower. Oh yeah, I'm sure that'll happen. But the thing is with this is what my concern is that being able to accelerate your car very quickly, there have been a number of cases where I almost got in an accident, and the reason why I didn't hit another car is because I was able to accelerate out of the way of that other car. So locking down
that's actually
functionality,
a really
and
good
like how many of you guys have been in that case where
of your
like
vehicle,
you
bro?
have somebody, there's like somebody driving around you and you like have to fucking go around them super fast.
That's true.
Like I had that happen a couple of times. And
yeah.
I'm very lucky. I've never been in a major accident, at least that I was driving.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, that's 1K. That's 1K KC, right? That's
they are
1K
effectively
We're gonna finish this run, but I'm pretty sure that's 1K KC right there.
Potential safety features behind this, because this is again like it would be one thing if you designed the car and it didn't have this, because not every car can go 0 to 60 as fast as Mercedes can. But what I'm saying is that this is an example of a
Right?
of a car
Yeah, big old
manufacturer
1K,
who is
bro.
locking something that could
We barely
potentially
got shit for it,
prevent a
too,
fatal accident
if we're being honest. I feel like kind
on
of
a
like
subscription
deals
for no
like that
reason.
should be a little bit bigger than what they do. You should have like a
Straight
better
up,
drop rate or some
that's
shit.
that's what it is. And also,
Alright, I'm lagging pretty hard here.
even if you think
This is
that
unfortunate.
this is not a good example of that, what do you think? This is going to be the only one?
Yeah, there's
you know
no way.
This, right
this
here?
is just this
Oblivion
is the gateway.
Horse armor. That's right.
Gateway drug right here. Yep,
If you
this is
think
the
this
start
is
of the end, dude.
No. This is
You're
only
crazy.
the beginning.
Yep.
BMW already has it. That's right. And it's just crazy. Let's see here. And Strawman, for that's kind of weak. Current iteration of it won't cause it, but it can grow up to that. I think it already. I think that just on a fundamental level, removing functionality from a car arbitrarily
and
in
charging
order to
people,
charge the customer more.
Yeah, to charge people.
I don't think it really matters whenever you're
monthly
talking about like a video game. Because
it's not even
game,
like a
simple
simple like one-time transaction. It's a fucking goddamn subscription
Star Rail.
to get full functionality of your fucking car, dude. That's fucking
But
crazy.
if you get in an accident in your car, you can die in real life. So this is a really big issue. And I'm amazed,
this is
like
the
the
correlation
government,
here
like what the fuck are you got? What the fuck are these clowns doing over at the fucking government, letting this happen?
Well, they're getting paid.
You're asking if TikTok can go on Wi-Fi. Meanwhile, Mercedes is putting in pay to win.
That's true, dude. That's true, bro.
They're
my
fucking.
God, that was so
they're putting a battle pass on safety in a car.
Oh man, we're fucked.
What the fuck are we talking about? Pay to live?
Yeah.
It's insane, man.
Yep, pay to live, dude.
There's a wearable airbag that'll stop working if you don't pay a subscription. Oh, I don't know about that. But I'm talking about this here. Acceleration is not a safety feature, according to NHTSA. There's nothing for them to do. I don't care what some random acronym
we're gonna finish out this kill, hopefully.
Being able to accelerate and move your
can
car
do it
extremely
without getting
fast to
killed
avoid
here.
danger is clearly a good and
We're gonna
important
finish out
thing.
this one,
If it
and
wasn't,
then we're gonna,
move speed wouldn't be the most
stream
important
after that.
stat
Sorry, guys.
in every fucking
That way
ARPG.
I can go watch her and stuff.
You know
and
why?
I spend
Because
some
you
time
can
with my
move out of
niece
things more
while
quickly.
My dad does some things
Every
that he needs to
fucking
get
game,
done.
being able to move out of
We
things
should be able
more
to
quickly
kill this without,
makes you less likely to
without
get hit
dying
by
here.
them.
There we go.
And somehow we're supposed to pretend like this isn't
Easy
true for
peasy.
cars. Get the fuck out of here.
So that's
Of
over
course it
1K
is.
KC right there. That's
It could also be more
1,001
dangerous. Well, then don't buy
KC
the
of
car.
vorkath.
For animals, yeah, it's just
With-
crazy. The
Yes,
logic doesn't
terrible
exist whenever
RNG,
money is
unfortunately.
concerned. I have no problem.
We did not get
if they
anything
want to
crazy. I was kind of
say
hoping for
that
pet,
we're
dude, on
doing this
1K
because we're
KC.
corrupt and we
But
want more money.
I get
Because
why
then
not.
we have a real honest conversation going on.
We might go for
Right? We
1,500
have an
later
honest
on, maybe later
conversation.
tonight or something.
But don't
When I
fucking
stream
go
again, we
and
might
pull
try
the
for
wool
something
over
like
my
that.
eyes
So
and tell me that it's
look forward
actually
to catching
not
the stream
for
again
safety.
tonight.
It absolutely is. And also,
because that's probably
think
when I'll
about
do
how
it
many
when
other
everything's
features
fucking
could be
calmed
for
down around
safety.
here and there's
For
not
example,
people fucking
let's look
yelling
at
and doing
different
shit like
functionalities
that
of cars
in the fucking
in the last
background
15
for you
years.
guys,
I
you
think
know?
that a really great example
I mean, it is what it is, but
like the
you
cameras
know,
that you
it's
have
not
in the
fucking,
dash. Some, like new
it's
cars
not
have
nice
this,
for
where like it'll tell
everybody, you
you
know?
whenever you're getting close.
Alright guys, I
Like they
appreciate
have
y'all
parking
checking out the
sensors,
stream.
stuff like that. I mean, I don't have
I
one
we
of
can do
those,
some more
but a
reacts to
lot of
stuff. I'll leave this video up like this and we can react to more of this car. This paid monetization of cars to a monthly subscription to get full functionality of your car and keep that going, dude. So appreciate it. I'll catch y'all in the next one.